You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast, the home of sports, gambling, entertainment, and whatever the hell else has gone on this week. So pull up a seat by the fire, crack open a cold one, and make sure to get your bets in. Welcome to the Pine Room. All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the Pine Room Podcast, episode 34. We're down here in the WVLY studio at the Watchdog, where I got the studios next to us. We're down here avoiding the snow and slush. I wouldn't mind being out there right now. Not really. Yeah. I wouldn't like being out there right now. I mean, I enjoy it, but I wouldn't want to be sitting out there getting all moist. But we are...
we don't want that.
No. So we are here down in the studio. We're getting ready for a good show tonight. It's dark out already. It's nice and cozy in here. A couple light bulbs out, but we'll fix that eventually. We're getting the office down here, getting ready to get that all ready and organized. But yeah, we got a couple things to go over. First, we are headed to Karen Bowers this Friday, which we will record, and that'll be in place of next Tuesday's podcast. So you'll see us actually in the fridge in a big cooler with all the beer. You'll see us there at Karen Bauer. We'll be doing a show from there. So that'll be take place for our Tuesday podcast. So we have the holiday weekend off and can do some stuff without being bogged down by the podcast. So we're going to do Karen Bowers on Friday, so you'll see that on Tuesday as a regular podcast, and then that pretty much frees up our weeks for the time being for the foreseeable.
Don't speak too soon.
Yeah,
Soup's working on something.
No,
I'm sure.
I haven't. I'm serious. I have not, because I just know how taxing the last month was.
We got some stuff coming up that's a little later, but as far as for the next couple weeks, we're pretty much going to be here working on the show and then working on Bettor's Last Stand.
Winter hibernation.
Yeah.
Give us the holidays off, boss, please.
Yeah, Soup's got a Soup and stuff coming out soon. You want to talk about that for a
Couple ones,
bit?
yeah. We got to interview Chase Harler and Logan Rout while they're overseas. Chase is in Pex, Hungary, and Logan's in Tokyo, Japan. So that's coming out within the next week, and then probably in a week and a half, 2 weeks, just whenever we get time to get it out. Andrea Trio, the principal at Madison Elementary, won a massive award for Ohio County Schools. She's getting flown out to Los Angeles here.
Wow. I almost said she was getting shipped out to Los Angeles.
Maybe she will go on the carrier.
Yeah. What goes on out there? What is that for? I mean, what is she?
She's now going to be a part of, she gets to vote on who wins those awards next and stuff like that. And I've been doing research on her on how she helps those students at her elementary school and how she sings with them in the...
Yeah, the singing principal
that's
is what she is, right?
That's incredible.
Wait, what does she do?
She, sings to the kids, I think, doesn't she?
Yeah, she sings to the students, and they have, little, they'll come out in the hallways and walk from one class to the next and just party.
Singing like Biggie or like...
I mean, I'm sure whatever the vibe is.
Right.
Maybe Lizzo. You love Lizzo.
I love Lizzo.
Hey, Joe, speaking of Karen Bowers,
what?
This episode is sponsored by...
This sponsor is episoded by... No. This episode is sponsored by Karen Bowers. Karen Bauer distributing Busch Light this week. We're with them for a little while now. We appreciate everything they've done for us. And, of course, like I said, we're headed to their place to do a little show, a little action, somewhere where it's cool so I can wear my jacket. I took it off. I'm sweating already in here. But, yeah, we got some good stuff coming up. We got a little bit of a downtime so we can work on some stuff that we want to do. Then we might do a little fun thing with the West Liberty softball team. Might do a little fun activity with them. Yeah, we're going to try to hit some softballs.
Those pitchers better pack a lunch.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I haven't swung a bat.
Who's their ace nowadays, Jarrett?
I don't know. That's a good question. Heck, there's a lot of girls that I don't really know anymore. But yeah, that should be a good one. I think we're slated for December 1st for that
I'll tell you this.
Adventure,
Showtime,
I guess.
It'll never work.
No, that's hard.
Chris, I know you said you want to take a couple acts.
Yeah.
But that was it the same?
I've never faced a fast pitch as far as softball. So I'm confident though that I could at least make some contact.
I think you said, were you afraid that you were going to get hit in the head?
Yeah.
And then you said you're going to bleed out.
He's on blood thinners.
Right. So they always said if you take one in the head, you better go to the emergency room with blood thinners.
I didn't see that on the AFib commercials, like when they take the
Don't
medicine.
play
Play softball. Fast pitch softball prohibited.
Just fast pitch.
Just ask Herb if who is his best pitchers are with good control.
She's gonna throw
You don't want the girl that led the Mountain East and hit batters last year.
Well, I think we got our Calcruth hard hats on there, right?
Yeah,
we can
We're gonna wear those.
Yeah.
Matt, can you get us some lines for that a couple days before?
Yeah,
we,
I got to see who the girls are. Yeah,
Because
we
I
know
think
who's facing.
my brain was moving earlier. I thought it'd be cool. Like, say we each get 5 or 6 at bats. If we do have 6 at bats, whoever gets the least amount of hits out of all of us has to take one of those hot sauces you had.
Dude,
I thought you were going to say a cold whirlpool after.
I haven't swung a bat in 6 years. The last
Jump.
thing I swung a bat to do, I hit an apple.
Jub, it doesn't.
Soup always wants a punishment. He always wants a punishment.
Jub, listen, it
The
is.
punishment's going to be on me.
Listen,
No,
on him or
you
come
got
on
a
him?
double in the OVAC All-Star game.
Yeah, 6 years ago.
Jub, Jarrett and I were hitting 3 times a day, and we went and tried to do this, and we barely made contact.
Okay, so imagine a guy that
It's
hasn't
fair
swung a
now.
bat.
It's fair
How
now.
is that fair? How is that
None
fair?
of us have swung a bat in a while.
Okay.
It's hard,
It's
man.
going to be who can adjust on the fly the
Yes.
best. That's how it's going to work.
It's hard.
I did hit that double in the OVAC, though. Right in
I know.
in a gap.
Why didn't you turn
Scored
into
two.
a
Try to
triple?
stretch it into a double.
Yeah, I didn't want to embarrass anybody. But
Yourself?
yeah, I did. I hit one triple in my lifetime. It was at the Wild Thing Stadium, and it was an easy stand-up triple, but for some reason I just decided to dive into third. That hurt so bad. But yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on. Not a whole lot as far as events going on for us. We're going to think of some fun stuff to do. I want to do a zoo show, so we're going to try to get that done. We're trying to do a train show. Speaking of trains, did you see that thing on the news? There's all those conductors or all those train workers are going on strike.
Yeah, yep.
That's nuts.
I
there
heard
even that many?
discussing the union contracts.
I think you'd be surprised with how many trains there are, like
there's a
moving
lot.
stuff around.
There's a lot more than you realize. Yeah,
But
you're right, Joe.
I would love to see. I wish trains were still running through here. That'd
Trains
be
are
awesome.
the.
Yeah.
I think trains are the coolest freaking thing ever. I love trains, especially Thomas.
One of my favorite things, Percy. Who were the
Gordon.
who were the two Cole twins? The two Cole twins.
Chris, help us out on this.
Oh,
I
I
don't
should
remember
know
those.
this. but I don't remember.
Thomas,
God, years.
Thomas, Gordon, Percy,
Oh,
Sir
man.
Topham Hat.
Yeah, that
Sir
guy.
Topham Hat. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to look
You
up.
like that more than Mr. Rogers?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
had to.
I love.
Mr.
I
Rogers
love,
was before.
I did
his
like
time.
Mr.
See, I grew up
I like
on
Mr.
Mr.
Rogers, but
Right.
but I absolutely love Thomas the
Soup,
Tank
were you a
Engine.
Nickelodeon coach? What would you go
Both.
up on?
Absolutely loved both of them. Cartoon, though, I loved Conan Kids Next Door.
Oh, yeah,
that was
number
my
4.
go-to, dude. Nickelodeon was so fun, though.
Cartoon Network.
I
was
don't
the
even
best
know
stuff.
any of those.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie was
Ed, Ed,
awesome.
Ed,
Chris and I's time was Johnny Quest or something.
Yeah.
What about you guys ever watch Cat Dog? I love
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
How about Courage the
Smurfs.
Cowardly
Oh,
Dog?
that was
awesome.
terrifying.
What about Tom and Jerry, man?
Tom and Jerry's great.
Tom and
That
Jerry.
stuff, even from
Tom
the,
and- hey,
like the
Tom and
40s,
Jerry
50s,
genuinely
or whatever
Hey,
it was out.
Jerry's a dick.
I think we
Jerry's
talked
a
about him
dick.
before on
Jerry's
here.
a dick.
Yeah.
Tom
Hey,
and
what
Jerry
was
genuinely is funny.
The
Yeah,
cartoon
too.
you guys used to Jub and Jared with Chet You Betcha.
Oh, that's Fairly Odd
Fairly Odd
Parents.
Parents.
Yeah.
My shiny teeth
and Doug Dimmadome.
Yeah, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
His hat always went out of the screen.
Yeah,
you
you
never
never
saw the top of his hat.
I
There-
think SpongeBob's got to be the best. Though,
All right, here's some characters from Thomas the Tank Engine. There was a helicopter named Harold, Thomas, Percy, Mavis, Oliver, James.
Wait,
I
what? Hold
remember
on, wait.
James.
Oliver was green. Was Oliver green?
Oliver was green.
Yeah.
Birdie, he was like a car. Sir Topham Hat.
Gordon was purple, I think, wasn't he?
Let's see. There's Caroline, Molly, Billy, Henry, Arthur, Annie. There's a ton of them. They're kind of creepy when you look at them. Millie, Bash, Victor, Timothy. There's a lot of
What
names.
color was Gordon?
Gordon?
Gordon was purple, I think.
I can't.
Thomas
find
was
Gordon.
blue.
There's a really attractive one. A lady.
Huh?
Nah,
He's
you
on a
need-
lady
you need-
train.
You need locked up for that.
Yeah, attractive train.
Yeah, what?
Did you ever watch Cat Scratch too? That one just popped in my head. Remember Cat Scratch?
What about Ren and Stimpy?
Yeah. That was
Or
they
the,
had a video game for Sega. I had this is Ren and Stimpy.
What are some others? They were. Did
The
you,
Roadrunner.
Did when you were was Adult Swim around?
Yeah, it was just starting up. Yeah,
I love when
Really good.
late at night and that would turn over to Adult Swim.
Aqua Teen Hunger Forces.
Yeah, yeah.
I really do like that one.
How about Squidbillies?
Oh, I hated the
Squid Billies.
Squidbillies are disgusting.
What about late at night, like 1 a.m. when you woke up and all you heard was do 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 do?
No.
It was
No, it's
Yeah, George Lopez.
yeah, but it was
It's tequila, isn't it? No,
No.
it's Slow Rider or whatever it is.
Don't ride, get a low rider.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
They're all jumping on the trampoline.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh,
that's right.
yeah.
Hey, Matt, what was it when we used to do the late night at the Vets on Sundays?
Yeah.
Sometimes at 11 o'clock. What was that show? It was like an animated cartoon.
Oh, Robot Chicken.
Oh, my God.
That was a good one,
Yeah.
too. Really
God,
good
we
one.
laughed like-
that was fun. Yeah,
That was a really they had some really good skits on that.
Yeah.
They were quick with stuff too.
Yeah,
They
they
were
were
quick.
That was kind of like South Park a little bit, but
Yeah.
more like
Yeah.
kind of
There was more violence.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they were always getting like smashed. And
When
Yeah, that was
Peter would
good.
fight the chicken and Family Guy. I would love when he'd show up.
That was like a claymation. It wasn't like
Yes.
a
It
claymation
was a
show?
stop motion action
Yeah,
figure
like-
show.
They were
Like,
like the
uh,
Masters of the Universe figures and stuff.
Yeah,
so-
wait,
Yeah.
what was the other claymation movie?
Wallace and Gromit.
Wallace and Gromit and Chicken Run.
Yeah.
Chicken Run,
Oh,
yeah.
chicken.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Job, my favorite thing that you used to say, like when we just met, when you would quote Beavis and Butthead, you would say 911. Beavis is bleeding.
Beavis is bleeding.
Oh, that was a great.
He had a bloody nose.
Yeah, I remember he couldn't get it to stop. Yeah, yeah.
I think they just recently brought that
Fascinating
back, I
show.
think.
Yes, really good.
Somebody
show.
said Jared and I should have went as Beavis and Butthead for Halloween.
That would have been good.
That'd be awesome.
Who's who?
He'd be
gotta
Beavis.
Beavis,
Yeah, I'd
you'd
be
be
Butthead.
Butthead.
I don't know if you could top Jared's
gonna go
Richard
as
Simmons.
Yeah, that was good. That was fun. Anything else coming up for us or going on for us? Oh, WKKX, our show went great this past week. That's 2 p.m. 3 p.m. every Monday. You can call in now.
We
You
got
can't-
some new listeners.
Yeah.
Some guys are checking it out. I was hearing.
Yeah, and we can't put you on the show, but we can call. You can call in and talk to me, and then I'll relay it to the guys.
Right.
Which is probably not the best way because I don't know.
It's like a cutoff
shit.
man system.
Yeah.
God, that really has been fun, though.
Yeah, it's
I
really
really
fun.
enjoyed that. And that hour, it is amazing how
it
fast
goes
that
really
hour
fast.
goes. It's insane.
Yeah, I was all over the I was all over the place. Now I know how to play sound effects now, so I can do that.
Yeah, with your screeching hawks
Yeah,
or
my-
whatever.
my
the hell they were.
Falcon.
Falcon. Yeah, okay.
Giar.
Yeah, he picked Frankfurt yesterday, Chris. Frankfurt Falcons.
Big upset
really?
here.
Yeah.
Big upset.
Over the
They
Scott
were
Skyhawks.
deep
Because I took Scott last week and they won, and then no, they lost. They got
No,
No,
they
they
didn't
won.
cover. They won, but didn't
That's
cover. Yeah,
right,
because
yeah.
they're still alive.
yeah. But I think that's it as far as what's coming up for us. We'll talk about our PRP picks, our generation stuff later in the show after our first break. But anything else of note going on with you guys? I feel like I never asked that.
I don't know. Not really.
You
Cooley's
just
worried
check
about
in
the
on
weather.
us? Oh, dude, it's terrible. It's snowing down already.
He acted like it was like a blizzard. I don't even consider it
Well,
snow yet.
Yeah, like day after tomorrow.
I thought you were talking about that system, and he's talking about today when he messaged us.
I don't. Today is a little worse because it's like slush. You know,
Right.
it just gets messy.
Yeah.
Your shoes get dirty. It's just slipping everywhere.
It
I
has been-
hate walking
That's
outside
great.
in that. When it's regular snow, it's not like it's packed in. It's not so
Pretty
bad.
snow.
It was
Go ahead.
I'm not even gonna bring it
Let
up
me
because
hear
I
it.
know we've talked about this before. But like, you don't think you sleep better at all when it's like this?
No. Because then I end up taking naps because I'm tired in the middle of the day.
Wow.
And not
Oh
moving up,
man,
and
but
then
a
I'll
good
stay up all night.
snowy, rainy, cloudy nap. That's the best thing in
yeah.
the world.
It is, but I can't do it now. I'm a grown man. I got a job. You know, I just don't
Well,
got
what
the
am
time.
I?
good after school.
Well, you don't work on.
I'm a baby.
You don't adjust too well, do you?
No, I'm not. Well, you got to understand, I've been like so many years not having a job, and all of a sudden now I get up at 6
now,
a.m.
now you're living like me and Chris. Yeah. So-
It's been an adjustment for sure. I
Hey,
miss my naps.
speaking of you working at school, you still eat school lunch. Do you eat the lunch that they
Yeah,
serve?
Today, what was today? Meatball hoagie. Meatball
Ooh.
hoagie. It was
Yeah, I
awesome.
never liked that.
It was awesome. They put the
What are the
cheese on
meatballs
it.
made out of? Squirrels?
Yeah,
Beaver?
squirrel meatballs.
Yeah, beaver, local beaver.
That's why they lost.
Raccoons,
Beaver.
probably.
Ew.
Raccoon or deer
Yeah.
probably is the front.
Possum meat.
Yeah, because those buses peel a deer in the morning and they take it up and make a meatball.
I saw a guy on the side of the road today scraping up the what remained of a
a
deer.
little extra garlic and you won't even
How,
notice it.
I wonder how you get in that job. going on the side of the road and picking up roadkill.
What do you sign up for? Who does that? The Department of Highways?
Yeah, I would imagine.
The
probably.
operation
Or one of
guys, I don't know.
They probably switch it like, hey, you're on roadkill duty this week.
Carcass duty.
Yeah.
I feel like there have been an influx of deer lately. I thought.
Well, they're
I
on
mean,
the move now, Jared. It's time
I
for the
haven't seen
guns to
any
get-
deer.
You start hearing those pops going off here. and
there's a
over the-
million of
over
them.
the hill.
Yeah.
Hey, we have coyotes up at our house now. They're
No
loud.
way.
Yeah, loud. They're
What are-
scary.
What are they hunting? Anything they can
They
find?
probably smell
They-
that wallaby that was shitting in their yard last week.
They're creepy. I know like they won't do anything to people, but like having Evie like running around, like you can hear them. It's a creepy sound to hear at night. Like my windows
do
are
they
always
do,
open.
bark?
They like
How?
they yip and snap and growl at each other.
They're like hyenas.
Yeah, that's what I told my dad. It's exactly what
they're
they
not
sound
them.
like.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
what they.
and they like lure like animals in like I think to,
So they-
to kill them.
yeah, I
Keep your
think
dogs in at night.
What
Yep.
they'll do, I think, and I could be wrong on this, citation needed. I think what they'll do is they'll have one coyote like make a
You've
noise.
told me this before,
They'll have
yeah.
one coyote make a noise, and that'll bring something to it, and then the whole pack
It's
just
like raptors.
yeah, like it, yeah.
How the fuck
Clever-
do you know how to do that?
It's
Clever
nuts.
girl.
Yeah,
like
it's
what?
very
Like
girl.
how?
That instinct is
Yeah,
unbelievable.
it has to. Be.
That
Yeah,
fox,
that
I
is-
saw a fox at West Lib one time, and I think that's so cool when we see animals that aren't normal to us.
Yeah, no,
like,
I don't.
running
I've never
around.
really seen a fox. Remember that time there was
Foxes
a bear
in
on
Ocean
campus?
City.
There was a bear on campus, and he was taking
Yeah,
Did
trash.
you guys know that there was a bear on campus one time?
Yeah,
What? They should have dressed him
Topper.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
that.
actually
They
Topper.
kidnapped him.
He was in the dumpster at
in the
UP.
dumpster.
bears are my favorite animal, but they're probably the one thing I'm most afraid of in
I
this
would
world.
not be
They
one to
are
mess with
awesome.
them.
They're my favorite animal, but I fear them more than anything. I have dreams about bears all the time, like getting chased
You
by
talked
bears.
about
Yeah, I
this,
remember
yeah.
you
Did
said
you
that.
go see a bear when you guys went on vacation?
Yeah,
one time?
that's what I was going to bring up. So we went down to
That
Canaan.
was a-
Wait a second. You
Years
guys tell
ago.
that story.
Yeah, so if
about
you've
you
ever been,
guys.
if
yeah.
no one's ever been down to Canaan, I
have.
absolutely recommend
It's
going
awesome.
down
I
there.
love it there.
It's Canaan Valley down south, like
It's
way
like in
south.
Davis, West Virginia.
And
It's just straight off
it's close to the highest point in West Virginia, which is Spruce Knob, and then there's like Seneca Rocks and Blackwater Falls. That whole area, you got to go
Beautiful
down.
stuff.
It's unbelievable.
Really
If you
nice.
haven't been down there, it's a reason to say
just
that.
like
So
a
now-
hiking?
cool. You can go play golf there. They got a golf course.
I
I
can
used to
lose
go
golf
down to
balls
school
there.
to
Let's
golf
go.
course.
It's absolutely incredible. We hiked to the top of Seneca Rocks, and you can take like horseback up there and stuff like that. But if you like to appreciate West Virginia's beauty, you got to go look at that stuff. But anyway, we were down at Canaan, and there's this huge valley, Canaan Valley, this huge valley that goes down, and you can go out like on this edge of rocks, and you can look out and kind of it's dangerous. Like people probably die every year going to look at this thing. But there were these two giant pine trees, like the ones in our backyard, and we went around the pine trees and went to the cliff edge and looked off and looked down, taking pictures and stuff. And my mom went around the other side of the pine tree because she was going to scare us. And we start rounding the pine tree to meet her. And Jarrett, my dad, and I stop. And we're looking this way. And she's coming this way, going to scare us. And we're all like looking out towards these trees. And there's a bear like 30 yards away from
Like
us.
same angle as your mom.
It's like if they're...
Behind her.
It's kind of hard to show without people not knowing. But there's like she was at like a 45 from us, and the bear was like at a 90.
Oh, okay, cool.
So she's coming around the tree, and she didn't see it, and we saw it.
boy.
And I the whole trip, I said I wanted to see a bear, and then we saw that bear, and I almost started crying because it was a smaller bear, and I thought if
God.
there's a mom around,
You're done.
we're done. So the either option, we fight the bear, or we jump off the cliff, which
Yeah,
was
we were
going to
kinda
end great.
between a rock and a hard place.
And the bear was like directly between us and the van, so we couldn't get to the van. So we waited
How old
till
were you guys when this happened?
I don't know, like a 12.
yeah, I'd say probably 12.
then like a 12.
So we waited, huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
So like we waited for. Well, I think we waited for a little bit, and then
I
we
think
just
we just
decided to
ended
book
up
it. We ran full speed, and then afterwards, I felt horrible because my dad, Jared, and I took off in a sprint. My mom was behind us, like trying to catch up. I thought I feel.
Well, when we turn around, the bear's just sitting there like, look at these fucking idiots. Like,
and 90% of the time, those bears are probably more scared of you
scared of
than
us,
But
yeah.
I was afraid that it was a baby bear.
Mess
And
with
then
the cub, you're in
Did you
trouble.
guys happen to see that video on Twitter and that guy climbing that mountain and he like gets right to the top of the mountain and at the top a bear launches like right at him. He like kicked it off the side of the
it's
mountain.
terrifying.
Wow.
Yeah, it
They're
sounds
scary.
terrifying.
What I'd like to see, like if they could if a vet or someone could hook up something to a mama bear when its cubs there to see its blood pressure and see how like actually angry is this bear getting.
I'm surprised they haven't done that. Actually.
When there's
They probably do. There's probably some study out
I
there.
want to, because we were just talking about instinct, like those coyotes being able to lure the animals in. I'd like to see what's going on in those bears' brains and stuff when
It's like a hawk.
They say they're like
Yeah,
the
it
most.
is.
They say they're the most like brutal killers out
Yeah.
there. They say they'll beat anything in battle.
Who wins in a fight, bear or gorilla?
They say a bear, not like 99% takes a
huge,
gorilla.
That's such a hard question.
What a
I feel like.
matchup.
Well,
I
bears
think I like a
got
bear
claws.
too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gorillas have
have you ever
hands.
seen the pictures of like the biggest bear ever caught? The paw is like 3 feet in diameter.
Wow.
It's
Did you
huge.
guys see? And Job, I don't know if you can find this video when you do this, but have you any of you guys seen this gorilla that ran at the zoo? It was like one of those glassed in. Did you see that? The
Yeah.
gorilla was
Oh,
beating
like-
her chest,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
thing came and cracked it.
He
Yeah.
busted the glass.
Like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And the sheer strength
That's
of those things. I mean,
that's
bears
why
as well.
I feel like
but-
a
What should people look up?
bear cracks glass.
Gorilla.
Or gorilla. Sorry.
What did he do?
There was a girl, like a little girl. She was beating her chest, like
like-
up against the glass.
I did see
and then
that.
I'm telling you, this dude from like 25 yards away, probably running like 35 miles an hour, comes in full scale, jumps into that glass with his shoulder,
Shattered,
and
like,
cracks the
cracks
entire
it.
thing.
That poor
I mean,
girl.
I would have been running out of that zoo thing so damn fast because one more crack like that, he's probably coming through.
That's why I think like a gorilla. It's got a
But
gorilla.
wouldn't that be a great matchup? I
Oh,
feel like
my-
the gorilla's going to be quicker, but the bear, I think that
Just the
Oh my
strength.
goodness! Yeah, I just watched it.
Yeah.
Gorilla breaks glass at a Nebraska zoo. That thing comes
yeah,
sprinting
it was in
over
Nebraska.
there.
Yeah.
Well, bears like 1,000 pounds and gorillas aren't.
See, the gorilla
Yeah.
probably moves faster.
Yeah, I don't think a
but-
gorilla's as heavy.
bears-
They're supposed to be more like
Bears can fly.
A grizzly bear's top speed's like 30 miles an hour.
He can run too, and he can climb trees too. The gorillas, I don't believe, can.
Yeah, with the bear, there's no escape. You
Yeah.
can't go anywhere. Like
That's
They
crazy.
can
to me.
swim. They can do. Yeah, they're a little more
what
versatile.
about if you had a grizzly fighting a polar bear? Is grizzlies the number one?
no, a polar bear is bigger than a grizzly bear, like by a
full
good
size,
margin.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think probably just because
Well, if
they
you-
they got to stay warm, right? Probably.
Well, they're the biggest mammals, like biggest carnivorous
You know
mammals
what
on
we
the
should
face
do?
of the planet.
Take the cameras. I've heard this name like
Oh boy.
10.
Where are we going? Yukon
10
territory?
times- no, like 10 times in the past month. It must be getting popular. It's called the Wilds.
Oh,
out,
yeah.
out in Ohio.
Yeah.
They said they put you on a huge school bus, and the top of the school bus is taken off, and there's giraffes
neat.
and lions.
Yeah.
It's not even far
That'd be
from.
No, it's
Yeah,
not far at
I
all.
can't
Like
believe
an hour.
No.
I can't believe I've
Hey,
never heard of
Do you,
that.
guys, do you guys remember when those animals all escaped
Yes.
out by there?
Oh, yeah.
The lion. I mean, there was like
But it
lethal
wasn't-
killing.
but you
It
know
wasn't
what?
from the wilds, though.
No,
yeah. It
but
was
that's
that guy that
whatever-
actually. But it was in near that area.
Yes.
And that dude owned those.
It
things.
was
You
like
know-
he was like a Joe Exotic.
Yeah,
he
and
had
he put
like
meat all over him. They killed him.
Yeah.
and then they all just ran free through the streets
Yeah, it was-
out
it
on
was
I-70.
chaos, yeah.
I mean, you could
Could
see
you
a damn
imagine that?
leopard running out there.
I remember. I remember.
That scared me.
I remember going to school and thinking, I'm going to see there's going to be a lion in my
I
backyard.
mean, what are you going to do? I mean, those things
Oh
are
my
not going to know
God.
what to do.
Hey, so I saw this picture. I think it was on like TikTok or something last night, and it was a picture. It's funny you brought that up. There was a sign that they put on this cracked glass of a zoo enclosure, and it
Uh-oh.
says, yes, the glass is cracked, but it's still strong enough to withstand strength of our bears."
Oh, good.
2 inches thick and several hundred pounds, this glass is made of several layers and is designed to splinter, not shatter. We'll be replacing it soon. Would you trust that glass?
I mean, I would also not be provoking those animals. Now, who would have known? It just tells you the intelligence level of the apes, how smart they really are. And there might be a Planet of the Apes. They're really that smart, like the movie. But that thing saw that little girl doing that and then just went full speed like that.
But what do you think set him off? Because he was beating.
That's their call, Chris. You don't insult them like that.
Just like a little girl.
But he doesn't know. He might have been wanted to do it playful. Maybe he wanted to hug her. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's things. The strength of those you don't know.
They say that those gorillas are super, super, super territorial. You ever see a video of a guy? I wish we could play. I guess we could, but there's a video of a guy that's in the rainforest, and this gorilla full speed charges at him, and the guy doesn't move, and the gorilla just kind of stands there and then
Supposed to hold your ground
turns
out
the other
here.
way. So like that's your only shot if you're in it. Like even bears, they say bears. You don't.
You know what that reminds me of, Joe? Steve and Pontius of the Wild Boys. Remember when they dressed up like
God.
bananas and went and saw those gorillas?
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
I absolutely loved that. It was my favorite shows, Wild Boys.
I don't
They
think
would-
I've ever seen
That was nuts.
Steve
That
and
was a good
Pontius,
show.
they would go around. It was like a cross between like Jackass and Steve Irwin, and they would go and just like.
What kind of apes were those, Jarek? That they were?
I think it was gorillas.
But they weren't like silverbacks.
They were like female, like little female.
Yeah, they dressed up like the bananas, and they were dancing, like trying to get the gorillas off.
They went to some cannibalistic tribe, and like they were eating like soup out of a human skull, and like they were
one
like
of those places Jeremy Wade was.
And I think like that was like a point where they realized what they were doing was like way out.
Yeah, because you don't know, you piss those tribes off, you're finished.
I think we talked about it way before, but there's an island. Have you heard of that, Dad?
Oh yeah.
There's pictures of it.
That reporter went there, right?
Yeah, he a photographer.
Like it got eaten or something.
When a photographer went there, he got showered by arrows on the boat and still decided to go on land.
Genius.
He was there, and then they never saw him again.
Oh well.
Where? What? Off of what coast?
I think Madagascar.
Yeah, it was
You think
somewhere in
COVID hit
Africa.
there?
Wasn't there?
You think COVID got?
No, they probably have. Like smallpox would wipe them out.
Yeah.
Real quick.
There's pictures I remember in my fifth grade social studies class. Mr. Stid, I remember him showing us pictures of this island, and there was this drone, and these people were throwing spears at the drone, which is nuts. It's nuts.
They probably thought it was a UFO.
Isn't it not?
No knowledge of anything.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
nothing.
They have no idea that exists.
Isn't it nuts that we're sitting here talking to people that will listen to this from miles and miles away with all this equipment and studio, and then there's a guy out there who's making a fire with sticks and eating
like it doesn't even own a
raw
toothbrush.
fish.
Yeah,
Right.
you're right.
But he doesn't have any teeth left.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that people down in Wrong Turn in West Virginia.
He's never seen a car like those people.
Like-
road.
Nothing.
a road.
Wonder what
Electricity.
like if you
nothing.
just went to that island, plucked one of those people from there, and then just dropped them like in like the middle of a big mall.
I think he would probably die.
No, they'd have a
He would probably
panic
die,
attack
right?
and just,
It'd be
or they
equivalent-
would start mauling, like ripping people apart,
Yeah.
like trying to.
I think it'd be
hack them.
equivalent to taking somebody from the 1850s and dropping them off here.
Like, what do you think
Time
Abe Lincoln
travel.
would do if you put him like inside of a Lamborghini and went 150 miles an hour?
I
He'd
think
probably just fall apart.
Yeah, his hat would blow off.
Speaking of that, I don't know, we're going down a rabbit hole here, but there was a train. It was the first train to ever go like above 70 miles an hour, and they said that 70 miles an hour, it could be less than that, but they said if the human body goes above 70 miles an hour, that you start to break down, and they put people on this train, and they thought that these people were just going to get just dusted, yeah. But they
Now we got
like
guys in
Thanos.
fighter jets.
But
and
isn't
stuff.
that nuts that like there's a time where people didn't think you could go to do a certain thing that now is like
Well, that's
nothing.
what
We
I'm
go
saying.
70 on the
And
highway.
think about us right now, how we think. There's stuff that we think's impossible now. That'll be. They'll figure out
Someday,
in 40 or
Sue,
50
they're
years.
coming for you.
That's wild.
Hey, speaking of that, I have this pulled up. Stuff that we didn't think could ever do. According to Wealth, Disney just filed a patent for one of the craziest and what would be one of the most advanced amusement park rides of all time. Have you seen this yet?
No.
They are planning by 2030 to have a patent roller coaster that jumps the track.
Oh, fuck. Hell no.
no.
Hell no.
No, thank you.
No.
Nope.
I love roller coasters.
I'm on that. I think that would be so fun.
Soup, they can't even do like the pin drop ones correctly without
Yeah.
getting
Man,
rid of
I've seen a bunch of those like accidents
We
recently.
can't even.
Sad.
No.
Okay,
I mean,
maybe I'm not going.
Have you ever watched the Challenger explosion before? Yeah, well,
Yes.
if they couldn't get that right, I wouldn't trust these
That
people
is
to do that.
absolutely that whole situation is just
I watched a video of I saw a picture of the last picture they got of the crew going on the capsule.
Yeah.
And you got to think those people probably went up and it was just probably like lights out, like nothing. There was like
There's
it was
a
so
really-
quick that it.
There's a really good show on the Netflix if you guys have
What, that
watched
four-parter?
it. Did you watch it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
good.
talking about the O-rings.
One of the more
but
recent ones, yeah. I mean,
they
that's
were
what they
saying-
always knew, but NASA didn't really do a
yeah.
very good job.
That's
No,
what
they
went
take
wrong. The
responsibility.
O-rings, right?
It was too cold.
Yeah.
The thing was
Yeah.
frozen the morning of. I vaguely, Chris, do you remember that? I was in kindergarten.
I remember coming home from, that was what, in 86?
86, January of 86.
I came home from West Lib that I was commuting, and my mom was in the kitchen. I remember she had it on, and I watched it live, and I was like,
Yeah,
this
we watched
is
it in
fucked up.
kindergarten class, and I kind of.
Oh, you guys were
Yeah,
watching
but
it?
see, like it's one of those, that's a long time ago, obviously. I remember us being there watching it, and I remember the teacher like quickly turning it off, like, "Okay, kids, let's go back to this." Like, no, you don't have to, And then later on, you're realizing, oh god, that exploded.
When
it was, she'd have just said, "Well, it blew up. Everybody's dead. Get back to work."
And then we start to cry. Like, we don't know. That'd be great.
Sorry, Jerry.
People,
No, I was just going to say that was a big deal because of the teacher on board. Is that why it was
Yeah.
such a big deal?
well, yeah, because it was the
Yeah.
first civilian to go
First civilian ever. She was going to teach lessons up
Yeah.
there.
And-
Christy McAuliffe.
and they just they're just starting now to have civilian like tourist space launches. Like a YouTuber just went up into space a
That-
couple weeks ago.
That was 100% on the people.
Yes.
It was not on the design. They knew. The people that made that stuff, they knew. They told them not to do it. Couldn't
Yep.
handle those temperatures, and those idiots wouldn't listen to them.
No.
Wait,
So that was all
the people on board?
The people who created those O-rings and supplied them to NASA. They knew the tests that they did. It was not safe to do it in that temperature. And NASA, just because they had delayed it a while, and they were like, "We're just going to do it. We think it'll be fine." I mean, rolling the dice with human lives like that.
That's crazy.
Especially, I mean, going literally to outer space.
Yeah.
In a massive rocket with fuel and.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that? That
Oh, yeah,
thing?
yeah, I've seen
I
it,
mean,
yeah.
the one that he's talking about on Netflix.
Yeah, if you get time
Oh,
to
no,
watch
no, I
it, you'll
haven't
learn
seen
a
that.
lot more about it than you really
There's like
ever
there's
knew.
like 1 hour,
Yeah.
40 minutes.
But it's
50
Oh, I might have to
really-
watch
and
that
the
tonight.
one guy that made the call, he's still defending it today. Like he's some old
Yeah.
idiot. Like guy, he looks senile. and
There
kinda
was
violent.
I've watched a couple things on like it's like tragedies that happen with space travel. And that's why I don't think I could ever go into space.
Yes.
I just think
Not
there's
safe
too.
enough yet.
Yeah, it's not like planes now. It's like there's still that feels to me like when planes first started
Yeah.
to come out. Like
maybe even more unsafe.
yeah, and there was like one where there were these Russian cosmonauts that went up and they had a successful mission in space, and on the way down, the heat shields or something went wrong, like the pressure systems inside the capsule went off and they burned up inside the capsule. And when they got to the ground, they were just all
Back in the
dead.
atmosphere.
And then there was the one
Do you
Apollo.
Do you remember 2011? The Columbia was coming back in over Texas and then blew apart.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was just recently. Yeah, I
God.
mean, recently. I say 10 years, 12, 11 years ago, but kind of in your mind. But they were coming back in on entry, and then it just burst,
annihilated.
And they think it was a heat shield issue.
There are people. I mean, people going to Mars now. They're signing up to going to Mars to live on Mars.
I mean, I'd love to be able to take that chance, but man,
Wait, really?
Yeah, there are people. There's like four. I could be again citation needed, but I think there are like 13, 14 people that have signed up to go to Mars,
There are.
and they're just going to live there for the rest of their life because they
the
can't
journey
get back.
itself takes forever, and you haven't figured out a way to
It's
get
like
them
I
back.
think it's like a 3-month journey
You're
to Mars.
basically starting a
People that
colony.
3
sign
months.
up to
Wait,
do
Yeah,
that.
but, I
months.
mean, whether
Gotta
they
be
ever
longer
will
than
see.
that.
Why couldn't they come back if it didn't take
Because
It's
once
impossible.
they go up, they don't have enough stuff.
There's no way for them to be able to duplicate what they need to get back to the
Yeah.
Earth yet.
I'm telling you, this is what's going to
There's no
happen.
gas
Elon Musk will
stations.
figure it out.
We're gonna find something up there on one of those planets that's going to cure a crazy disease down here.
I hope.
I would,
You're right.
or something that's going to wipe us all out.
That's probably more
It-
likely.
I was wrong on that. It takes 7 months to get to
Yeah,
Mars.
it's very long. It's very long.
Yeah.
Wow.
For some reason, I thought it would be way longer than that.
So
like,
did I.
I thought it'd be like
Well,
years.
some of those other galaxies have been taking
300
7
million
years.
miles.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
That's nuts.
think about that.
That's
That's
nuts.
so cool.
And
And
think
that's
about
the closest planet to us.
and think how far the rest of stuff
And
is.
we're only one galaxy.
I remember there was a guy on a radio station that I listened to, and we'll take a break here. He said there was a report that they said that in like 6 billion years the sun's going to explode, and he said why do they got to worry me?
Jeez, I'm getting nervous myself.
Yeah,
right
then
now.
the Milky Way galaxy is supposed to collide with the Andromeda galaxy in like a couple billion years. So
Oh.
Wow, so the sun will get wiped
Man,
out before
That's
that.
not our problem.
Yeah.
I wonder how many episodes we'll be on by the time that
7 billion.
passes
You
on
guys
to our
think-
ninth generation.
I've always thought about this. Maybe like when you die, you just get sent to another planet.
What
Another
reincarnation? Maybe.
Yeah.
Kind of a twist.
I'd
that-
get lucky and get to Neptune or something.
Well, not even like
I
within
want
the
Saturn.
galaxy. Or
Oh yeah,
you just go to
outside.
like
I want to go to Hoth.
you go to a different.
I'll be loving Hoth right now.
I got a
gosh.
Felucia.
Cool, you'd end up in Hoth, and I'd end up in some tropical. I'd end up
Yeah,
in
you go
Dagobah
to you go to a
systems.
Scarif.
Yeah, Scarab.
Dagobah.
I'll be on Night's Watch.
Oh no, John.
I'll take that. I'll take Night's
No,
Watch.
I don't want
want
to go to Dagobah.
Chubb, you would like.
Dagobah's
You
too
would Dagobah, they got
Dagobah's
the
too dark.
snakes, it's
No,
gross.
no, no.
Dagobah.
Swamp.
Coruscant would be cool.
Yeah, Coruscant would be
Where's-
awesome. That'd be
where's-
like going to Tokyo.
Where's Thor from? Thor and
He's from Asgard.
Asgard. That's where they're sending all of us.
I
That's
don't know
not
if you're
a planet.
allowed. You're not allowed in Asgard,
Yeah,
right?
so,
You have to be
what?
an Asgardian.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, Soup's going to head to Asgard, and then we're going to take a quick break, and
be right back.
We'll be right back.
All right.
So, tragedy out of the way. We're going to move on to some other news and noteworthy stuff going on. A little bit of sports action. This week we had our Generations Parlay. The week went 1-1. Luke had...
he had...
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss
Miss
plus the points, and then he had LSU minus, and that was actually a push. Yeah. So he actually went 1-0-1.
Oh, 1-0-1. Sorry.
Yep.
And then our PRP picks went pretty good.
Yeah, 9-7-2. Up
This
by
is
6 units.
Matt's
and I had
week.
some World Cup futures
I know.
that are
I
out
forgot.
there still.
I forgot to
Nobody
put my bets in.
contributed. So it was
I know.
all
I
me this
completely
week.
forgot.
This is Matt and Luke's week.
Yeah.
And
Bush
then
Light pick one too.
Bush Light a winner again. Finally,
We're back, baby.
Steelers 2-0 for us.
Yep.
you're Matt's favorite team.
Love
Didn't we
it.
lose once with the Steelers?
No, we won our first.
No, I
No, we
lost
played
one.
it. We played that over with them.
Yeah.
And we
So
lost against the Bills.
technically wasn't the Steelers.
Oh yeah.
It was.
It was a
a
combined
kicker.
effort.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Buffalo should have scored.
But our boy Casey Legg.
Game winner, baby.
Yeah,
that was
there you
awesome.
go.
Cool
Wasn't
and I
the
had that on in
prettiest
the
kick.
car. Yeah.
Surprised I know that, huh?
Attaboy.
But let's see. Anything else here? Anything else of noteworthy that has been in the past, and then we can talk about some future stuff. Matt, you win any? Did you struggle this weekend?
No, I did all right. I did pretty good on Saturday. Your dad did good too. College basketball is going. I'm enjoying that. World Cup week though. I'm very, very, very excited about that.
Real quick, the Veterans Dinner. How'd that
Oh,
go?
it was wonderful.
Good.
Good time. Yeah, thanks to everybody who made that possible. Figueretti's helping out with the donation of the food. Really fun time. Commander Scotty did awesome getting that set up, and thanks to all the veterans who showed up. It was nice to see some of the old timers you don't see a lot of. It was a good turnout. People had fun. A lot of good laughs, stories, fun stuff. They honored Tony, who's the oldest member.
92,
veteran,
right?
or 92 or 3. Yeah, veteran of foreign
You
wars.
think he'll beat that? Well, I guess you won't be a veteran, but a veteran.
Well, yeah, I got a shot. I'm looking.
You're
to get,
healthy.
He's a
I'm
veteran.
looking to get to 120 by the time. Yeah,
He's a veteran of the war against gambling.
there you go.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Hey, speaking of gambling, how about Yasiel Puig? How far?
Yeah.
He's just one of us.
Facing 5 years in prison.
What did he? I saw that.
He
What
lied to
what-
the FBI or something about
What?
illegal
Yasiel
gambling.
Puig bet he had 899 sports bets.
I hate that
Jeez.
dickhead.
He's
He's
always
an
been
asshole.
an
They're
asshole.
allowed to bet on sports, though.
Yeah, but he was betting illegally. And,
Oh,
at
okay,
the
never
time,
mind,
and then he
never
lied about it, which you
Yeah.
don't lie to the
Yeah,
government.
yeah.
That probably was. I wonder how many years ago that was.
It's probably when he was playing for the Dodgers.
Oh
Yeah.
God, his story that story is unbelievable of him. How he's even
My
How
favorite.
he got into America, right?
He-
That story is.
What is he
rode a
illegal?
boat from Cuba.
Yeah, that's very common actually.
Well,
for
and then
baseball
no,
players.
actually, I think he went to Mexico, and then he was they smuggled him into Mexico. I forget. I watched a documentary or something.
I don't know
on
if it's still like this little thing in Cuba. Don't they have old cars because they don't get any new?
Yeah, they don't have. Yeah, they don't really. I mean, some of the communist nations outfitted them with things, but yeah, it's like going back in time. I believe still down there. Yeah, Cuba, scary place to leave. When those guys defect, they'll risk everything to try to get to America. Be attacked by sharks, coming on pieces
what's
of
it,
wood.
Jose Fernandez.
Yep.
That
Both
story,
of those
too.
guys, him
Yeah.
and his brother, leave on, and those guys, what an incredible journey that they think they're never going to make it, and then they end up pitching a World Series.
Yeah.
and stuff.
That's just another reason I am thankful to be where I am.
Me too. And we're not in a communist nation where if you want to leave, you can leave, and you want to come, you should come in and support the ecosystem.
Real quick, and we'll get back to sports. Have you ever heard that story that the kid that escaped from North Korea? He was on the border,
Yeah.
and he just took off in a sprint towards South Korea, and he got shot a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
And then they drug him across the border, and he's good now. But he said
I remember that.
Said
They
they
drug
just
his
treated
body,
him.
yep.
They
Yeah.
said they treated the soldiers like they have fake towns in North Korea. Anyway, sports.
Scary spot.
Anything going on?
Just World Cup, man. Getting ready for that. We got tons
Well,
of
you
things
mentioned
going
that,
on.
and since you have it listed here about our USA soccer team changed
Yes.
the color of the flags or whatever on their.
The
There's
crest.
now instead of red, white, and blue, we're the rainbow colors now.
Yeah.
right. So now we had to give into the woke crowd and however. I mean, it's just
Honestly, that's almost like a hot pit, cold mug thing, or definitely a hot pit, early in the show. But Yeah, I never understood that. USA Soccer, you would want people to rally around you as an entire country. We're all red, white, and blue. Whether you support the LGBTQ and on down the line stuff, that's fine.
Well,
but don't force it on all of your citizens, and don't abandon your country's colors.
Well, plus the whole rainbow thing, that's worldwide, so it doesn't necessarily narrow down to your country.
It alienates you, and it's a shame because, in our country, you don't get killed for being gay. Obviously, if you do, it's a hate crime type thing. But in these other countries, they do. And I don't know if they think they're sticking it to Qatar, but they don't care what we think. They're going to behave in their barbaric type behavior that they've had for thousands of years. That's just the way they are. I don't know. I never like to see that because I like it when we unify around something. It's nice, but we don't ever do it anymore. They always alienate us.
I am always about live the way you want to be. I have no problem with that whole thing. I have no problem with anybody for what they want to be, how they want to live their life. Live your life, be happy. But I mean, this is to the world. Yeah. I feel like you want to have some kind of representation of your country. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
We're all America. Like, they're representing all of America, not just the LGBTQ people. Like, they're Americans too. Those ones that are here, they should. That should be good enough. I just don't like when teams make political statements like this. I think it backfires, like and it turns people like me. Now I don't even want to root for them.
Well,
this
is
like the girls' team. I never want to root for.
It's funny. Well, not funny, but from what I've read online, you read articles in the comments section about how patriotic most Americans are because the Brittany Griner thing. She's been locked up, but nobody's rooting for her. Nobody really gives a shit about her because all she did was bash America.
Right.
And now when I see this about with the soccer and the colors, people feel the same way. Like they don't want to root for them now because they're trying to make this political statement and jamming it down our throat, and it turns me against them as well.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I believe that I read, and I have to confirm this, but I think they said that either FIFA, there's rules against that. I don't think they're allowed to wear the rainbow on the field. Like maybe pre-match, but during the match they have to have the red, white, and blue. So
I get it. I get what they're trying to do, but it's
how about a
banner?
Yeah, don't abandon your
like
colors.
What are they when they do in like baseball when they wear like the patches and stuff?
Fine. When wear the rainbow thing on your arm, all right, fine. But don't be tampering with the American crest.
Hey, speaking of Cooley's favorite place in the world, NFL in Germany, a success.
Wow, that was really cool. Success because the Buccaneers won.
And how about the crowd now?
Did you guys see
John Denver?
Did you see them singing Country Roads?
It was awesome.
Unbelievable.
It was so cool.
You guys know that Country Roads is one of the most popular songs in the whole world.
It's incredible.
Yeah, they sing it. People tailor that song to their. I've seen one about Hawaii. I've seen one about Jamaica. I've seen one about Puerto Rico.
Well, what percentage do you think actually knows where West Virginia is?
Probably not many. There's a guy in Aussie Rules Football, Charlie Cameron. Whenever he would score a goal, that was his song. Like
really?
You guys get walk-up songs, they get like goal scoring songs.
That's awesome.
And the whole crowd in Brisbane's screaming and yelling that song.
It was really cool. I don't know. Watching that, I was like, oh, that's really cool. They're all screaming West Virginia, and I'm thinking, well, most of them probably don't even know what West Virginia is.
Where the hell is this place?
You had about the World Cup. Who did you have on your bet sheet to win the World Cup?
Argentina, I think is going to be really good. I expect a really good tournament. I definitely like Argentina, though, with Messi. I think they're going to make a deep run.
I think that is a sport that I think I could really get into. I love how dedicated people are to that sport. I think that is so cool to watch, like a whole town or a region go to these games and just go nuts.
Yes.
What's the you might know this. I don't know. Because I think I asked you. There's a team that has the song "One Kiss Is All It Takes to Fall in Love with Me." There's a team that's like their song now, and every time that they win,
I'll know the team probably.
I'll look it up, but
I forget. I don't think it's a. I think it's a.
It's in the UK.
What's the league called?
Well, I mean, there's the Premier League.
Yeah, I think it's
Liverpool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like their song. It's
when they sing "You Will Never Walk Alone," and
that song. That's awesome.
I do. It's a double-edged sword for me because I hate. It's weird because I like how this kind of unifies a location.
Yeah.
But I hate people that are so dedicated. Not
Yeah,
dedicated.
no, there's extreme.
What am I trying to say here? Like
Over the
diehard
They're
fans.
soccer hooligans.
Yeah, like
they're literally nuts.
Like if they lose, they like burn cars and stuff.
Look,
like
if you read about stories about these, now the coolest thing about in soccer, in my opinion, is the way that Chris loves it, like the relegation part. Now this is obviously the international, so you're representing your nation, which is a whole different level. But the coolest thing is like Wheeling. We could have a team on Wheeling Island, our little town, which we're not as small as some, and then we could advance our way up to playing in the biggest level. Like that's
awesome.
impossible to imagine in any other sport.
Wait, and that's
how it works.
I love it.
Mostly all through Europe is tiered. So the Premier League is the top, and then you got the Championship. Then you got League One, League Two. You could be down in the 6th league. Tiny little team out in Valley Grove.
Bristol, they have a team. They're not like they're nothing.
Not, but they're middle of the pack, and they're not that bad.
That's how hoops works the same way for some of those European. Because Chase's team in Hungary right now is in like the 2nd league. If they win their championship,
they can advance.
That's great.
I think
I wish they did that in America with the
Pirates would be playing down in the OVBL right now.
You know.
3-game series with Blaine.
Heaven forbid we ever make a lot of money, but if we do, I think it would be super cool to take the whole group and go across the pond to like the UK.
That's my all-time.
Take a trip to London and go around.
That'd be so fun.
I think it'd be so neat to just experience that.
You just want me to get someone to sponsor it for the next spring?
Hey, I gave a job. Speaking of London and all that, you got to try a Whisper.
A Whisper.
It's a British chocolate. My guy at Westlib, I know
you can tell
gave me it.
The difference between American and European candy.
No, and so he told. So another guy, his name's Tim. I just met him. Chocolate. He's from Britain, and he told me that everything in America is so much sweeter than everything.
Because we don't care what chemicals.
Well, and he said that they have a tax on sugar, so they don't use the best sugar.
It is good though. I've had a few things.
It was good. I liked the chocolate. That was pretty good. It was a Whisper.
I'm trying to expand my palate and buy weird stuff. So not that sounded weird, but I want to get like different stuff from different places. And I think it's really cool to experience like the tastes of different places. I'd really love to go to like Tokyo and get like traditional food there. It'd be unbelievable. Anything sports-wise we want to... Jarrett, your boy, Hans Niemann.
Yeah. He's sued, right?
Yeah, he was suing.
For anybody that doesn't know that, we talked about that like episode 20 about Hans Niemann, how he had...
that wasn't that far back. Probably like 28, 29 maybe.
He had... Jarrett suspects that he had anal beads to win the...
he was cheating in chess.
Yeah, to beat... Who was the guy?
Hans Niemann beat...
he's like the number one ever. Anyway,
what's he doing now?
He's suing for $400 million. I don't know why he's suing. Why is he suing?
And he's the one that cheated.
Supposedly
probably for like
defamation. Yeah.
What was that guy's name?
Poor guy wins, and everybody says he's cheating with anal beads.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's ask Cooley about this. You see, Giselle bought that house next to Tom, and now she's got a new dude.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
She's banging the
Who?
jiu-jitsu guy.
Jiu-jitsu trainer, yeah.
Tom
Tom Thumb?
No, Giselle, Tom Brady's ex-wife. She's banging the jiu-jitsu guy.
What's the
you knew that was going on.
Yeah, what happened there? I don't know the full story there. What's going on with him?
She's just dating her jiu-jitsu trainer.
So she left
for divorce.
Did she leave him or he left her?
Kind of mutual because she gave him the ultimatum. So they say. Nobody's ever really said this. Neither one of them on camera. You quit football or I'm gone, and she left. But I think she was looking for a way out. She was running around on him. But it just shows you in the world. If Tom Brady can't keep a woman to be honest and loyal to him, how the fuck can any of us ever do?
I think how in the world can probably one of the more famous guys probably in the face of the planet as far as athletics goes, how can you be with him and leave? I don't understand.
Well, she got more money than him.
It's not like
what'd she do?
Like Tom
She's a
Brady's
model.
ugly.
She's like the top model in the world.
Oh, okay.
What I don't get, it's not like he normal people, when they marry somebody, they have to work a 9 to 5 their whole life. She wanted him to quit his job at 45. Yeah. He doesn't even work all year.
Yeah, and you would think like
I think there was more to that.
Yeah,
I think she had.
sense.
I think the jiu-jitsu guy was sticking it to her
If you
long
follow
before.
Is that-
AB on Snap, apparently they would
Yeah.
be.
Is that
in the same house.
Oh, that clown. Is that one of the cases where they can split and then she takes money?
No, I don't.
Sure, they signed a prenup.
I don't think
yeah.
so because I think he would be the one who'd be owed the money.
Is a prenup the thing where you sign and then you can't take anything?
Yeah.
Basically, all your
Is that like a
assets.
diss on
No,
your wife?
I was just listening to someone talk about how there's so much more to a prenup than that. Like a lot of people
Yeah,
do it
there
for
is.
tax reasons and stuff.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Then
I don't think it's a diss
prenup
job.
should-
No, I don't
For the
think
basic knowledge that we have of a prenup, I don't think it's a diss.
I have no idea. I just, that to me, because I don't know anything. I'm an idiot on most of the things that I always talk about. But like prenup, isn't that you're saying if you leave, you can't take anything that
Yeah,
I
your assets are protected.
Okay,
if the marriage goes south, but
yeah, prenuptial
do we have any lawyers?
agreement.
Do we have any lawyers that listen to us often? Tell them to
We have
comment.
one or two.
yeah.
Tell them to comment on it and explain.
Send
to
us an
what-
email.
Yeah, send us an email. Comment on a post.
Send
let
us your
know.
worst prenup stories. That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah, call into the show.
do a whole show on that.
What was I going to say? Oh, can you? This is another tangent, and we're going off the rails here. But can you believe that people kill each other over that kind of stuff? I just can't believe people like if you're stuck in a marriage, instead of just leaving the person, you kill them to get away.
You're talking about the guy who
Crazy.
killed his wife with an axe 40 years ago?
Yeah.
Sentenced
Well, that
to
was-
25
yeah.
years.
I guess that's a good transition.
Years. I mean,
I don't know. They just found it out. I didn't get to read a whole lot about that story, but I
Imagine
found
making it
fascinating.
40 years thinking, oh, I got away with it.
How old? He's got to be what? He's got to probably be like 70.
Yeah, he was
now.
old. I saw a picture. I mean, he was
he
old.
probably won't
He ain't going to
survive
laugh.
this-
No,
the
he's
25
going to
years.
die. He probably has cancer.
That's
He's probably
like
riddled to the bone.
that's like when we talked about a couple weeks ago those Nazis that they found like in
Right,
Germany, like
right.
they're 98 years old and they're sentenced to life in prison.
Yes.
What's the point?
Like a
3
couple,
days.
couple
He got off
hours.
easy.
They should just kill him.
Yeah, they should.
I mean, really.
I mean,
he got to
imagine.
live 40
Think
years.
about
Or
how many
torture him.
lives that he
Yes.
was responsible for killing.
Yeah, it's
I hate
awful.
those assholes.
Torture him.
But did you guys see? Did you guys see that video that's on here? You put it on here, Matt. Of the fatal collision at Dallas Air
Ooh,
Show.
yeah.
That's so
Chris,
sad.
did you see that? Yeah.
Well, I didn't see the actual video.
Yeah, it wasn't-
You-
it
you
wasn't
know, I-
funny.
this could- this-
that was terrible.
This could even be a hot pit. I think air shows are fucking stupid. What like?
I like-
There's
Well,
nothing. Nothing
they're-
good ever
they-
comes
You're
out
right
of them.
about that, Jared. I thought about that this morning too when I read that. I was like, why do they even do these? And then I've been to a few of them. Ocean
They're
City,
cool.
a great one. They're really neat. But I give those people a lot of credit for being brave for no real reason.
Well,
Like, it's-
Just to entertain people.
yeah.
Okay, you like cars. You would go to a car show.
Yeah.
So if somebody really likes planes, they go to a plane show or an air show.
Well, the risk of flying.
Yeah, but
is
I mean,
way, like,
the cars
many
just
guys
sit.
get
The
killed at a
cars
car
just
show?
sit there.
If you wreck
Well,
in the air, you're
yeah,
dead.
I mean, I guess I see that, but
I
I think it was like that
you
big
love it.
But I just
that
think-
big bomber was so cool.
Oh,
That
yeah.
B-17.
Yeah, it was, yeah, from
Oh,
the World War
man.
II.
What's your
Yeah.
favorite plane, Job? Stealth bomber?
That's
Those
pretty
things are
cool.
awesome.
Stealth
yeah.
bomber.
Those stealths
cool.
are so cool because you don't even hear it until
Which is
like you'll
nuts.
see
You know-
it, and then you'll find the sound catches up.
You know, it's cool too.
freaking
That
crazy.
kind of the same concept as the warthogs. The they go like that.
Yeah, yeah. I find
No,
that so neat. The planes, how the speed of sound and how it travels versus how that fast the planes go and stuff.
Oh, planes are neat.
Yeah,
love planes.
shout out to
Love
our friend Red for protecting.
Oh,
our
I was gonna
country.
say
Yeah.
shout out to
Jake
the.
Lang.
I was gonna say
And
shout.
Jake.
I was gonna say shout out to the Wright brothers. They did good
Yeah,
some
they
good
did great work.
I got a couple things I want to talk about on here, but
Yeah.
before I do, any more sports talk?
No, skip on to
No,
something better.
I was
I
gonna
got one,
say.
too.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Well, no, I don't know how this works. I'm familiar with OnlyFans. I mean, I don't. But I
think a lot of people are.
can make her rent in 10 minutes.
You
on
see
them.
how many stories? I see one of these
Well,
every day.
I've
almost.
heard, but,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Chris, there was a girl,
Sick people
girl
out
that
there.
she's relatively famous. She started an OnlyFans and she made like $6 million in a month.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
I
which
mean,
is
there's
just
This
insane.
just tells you how many
Degenerates.
Weirdos.
crazy deviants are out there
I mean,
spending money on that.
Weird thing to talk about, but why pay money for it? There's a million things.
I don't even want to know. I
No.
really don't.
just because
I just wonder.
Weird.
I don't know. There's
what
a
do you
lot
think about
of weird
the
people on
girls,
this
though,
planet.
too, though? They have no dignity?
Well, those
No,
girls, some
hey.
of the quotes they say is, I don't care. Like, I don't understand why people work. This is why I make my living.
Hey,
who are you to criticize?
If I was like in relatively decent shape, I would probably. I mean, if I could make money, I'd make money.
I just think too, and again, everybody's all for equality and equal things, but there's some things that the six of us just can't fucking do.
Yeah,
like I mean, these girls. Some of these girls. I mean, they're playing with like six aces in the deck. Like,
That's unbelievable.
I mean, we'll never be guys like us. I mean, even if I feel like the people, like if males were to do that, it's not going to generate nearly the money.
Hell no.
So it's like you know, it's not the same
So
thing.
we couldn't start a pine.
No, I mean, go ahead, Jared. You want to start a calendar? Champ is January. Yeah, like the.
It would look like it would look like a Guinness World Record
let's
book.
make sure Brad gets us into shape before we do that.
It would look like a Ripley's Believe It or Not book.
Yeah, it would. It would look like the Carnival Freaks, this freak show. Tom Thumb would be on there.
It'd be
Ooh,
December,
I tell
the
you what.
hernia month.
A calendar's not a
Jared, that's what I was just
calendar's
thinking.
not
the
a
same
bad
thing.
idea.
God.
Maybe that's
You
our
know how
next-
many
for next
calendars
year.
we would sell with us on them? Probably about 5.
Hey, I don't
Just
know.
our relatives.
No, no.
I don't even think they'd buy it.
No,
Well, they wouldn't put them up on the
calendar.
wall.
If we did a calendar like a pinup calendar, Champ would be
I don't know.
February.
He's the
February.
center.
Let
Joe,
us-
can we
let us
start
know.
a Pine Room OnlyFans, but only put pictures of her neck up
Or feet.
just like we just each week we just post a new headshot of one of us.
They spend $15 just to hear the podcast.
I don't think we're going to get rich quick on that. But yeah, these girls, they're playing with this.
If you would like to see a Pine Room Only fans, give us an email.
Or a pine room calendar.
Yeah.
any of you are into sick, freakish things, email us.
Or if you want to see a picture of Jub's feet, just let
Yeah,
us know.
it would be like the oddity show down at the penitentiary.
Right.
Gosh.
January. What is that? December 3rd and 4th.
December 3rd and 4th. A couple things on here. 2 things that I want to see. I'll save the better one for my second one, but the first one, which I just find absolutely incredible that it made the news, was where'd it go? It was a gun found inside a raw chicken.
Oh, the handgun,
yeah.
handgun in the chicken in the airport.
Man,
That's awesome.
why?
What a genius spot to put
I didn't understand why there was a chicken in an airport.
Yeah, whoever would
that
take
was
a
more perplexing than why the gun was in it.
Well, you
yeah.
think that would they just thought they could?
Probably get it through security.
Right.
Nobody will look at a
How
chicken.
the hell would you get a raw put a raw
So I'm
chicken in a
thinking-
duffel
I'm
bag?
thinking
What
that-
was in it?
I was thinking that maybe it was like the food service delivery or something.
Oh, like a
But I don't know though. It said luggage.
If
Says
it's like
in the
someone's
luggage,
bag,
yeah.
it would raw chicken, and then it's
Like, who's
definitely
carrying?
suspicious.
I'm going to fly to Tacoma. I got a raw chicken. with me.
like halfway through the flight, people smelling rotten meat.
Probably smelled worse on the airplane.
Yeah.
but
No,
yeah.
it's-
What about when people take their shoes off on a plane?
Disgusting.
Oh yeah, you
They
talked
should
about
be
that.
amputated. They should just cut them off right then. I do. I think you should be on death row.
Somebody told a story about a guy that took his shoes off in an airplane, and he started trimming his toenails.
Oh my god.
No, they literally. They should announce. They should. The pilot should come on and say, "Sir, all right, we're throwing you out of the plane."
Yeah, they
they
should
should
just
literally
throw
should
'em
just
out.
throw them out of the plane.
Oh, they brought. How'd they get toenail clippers on? I feel like they would have.
I think you can get. Can you
I
get
think you
toenail
might
clippers?
be able
feel
to
like they
now.
would not have allowed that.
Maybe you
I
can
don't
buy-
think you could
might
kill
be able to
anybody
buy-
that-
Maybe you could buy them at the stores. Like
That's
that they
one of the
have.
worst. Dude, that is bad. That's really bad. If someone started clipping their
Horrible.
toenails,
You should never be able to fly again.
imagine-
You know how the FAA banned
imagine
flights?
sitting next to them. Oh, I have a flying trick for everybody while we're talking to this.
A trick?
A trick.
Next
I've
time
been
I'm
doing
on
it the last
on the plane.
4 or 5 times.
Like a life hack.
Yeah, life hack. I've done it the last 4 or 5 times I've flown, and it's been phenomenal.
Oh boy.
Don't pay for a seat ever. Okay, you know how like you can pay for like a really nice flight or a really nice seat. I'm the last person to get on the flight always. I'll sit there, I play on my phone, I let the next person go. They say 5 minutes, I wait. Someone always comes on. I'm the next one after that. I'm like right before they shut the doors. There's always like 4 or 5 unbelievable seats up front, like really close, right behind first class. I go and just sit on them. They never check your seat. It's like I don't think they have to because
The FAA is listening now.
is that illegal?
No.
I don't think so.
Hey, how about this?
I don't pay for a seat.
That's a good
And then
idea.
they assign me that one.
Yeah, but is it? Don't you have to get assigned seats?
He's meaning he's not paying. You know, you can pay that extra
you
for
can
that
pay- you
specific
can pay
seat.
extra
He
for
pays
seat.
for a plane ticket.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm paying for it.
He's
So
not paying
I
for
don't
a seat.
sneak on
So
it.
you can't.
Yeah,
it's one of the ones where you can't select where it's not dead set
Like
where you're going
South,
to
I think
Like a
Southwest,
Southwest or
Southwest,
something.
is
Yeah,
like
so
Spirit.
and then like I just go and I sit on the next open seat.
Those are good seats up there. You get leg
Yeah.
room.
Oh,
So
the
you
leg
mean-
rooms.
So you're Curtis. You let everybody else.
I let
go.
everyone else go.
and then you're
Did
like the
that.
last one on. So obviously,
Yeah, then I get one of these nice seats up front
and then
because
you just act like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You sit down
I think it's one of the dumbest things in the world when they line you up, and then I think why not wait till the end when everybody's on there? You go right in, sit down, and then you don't have to worry about some big bastard like smacking in the head with his luggage. I think it's
Well, it depends on what you got with you. If you just got like a backpack or something, I agree. But if you got to actually put an overhead,
Oh,
in,
then you're stuck.
Then
Well,
your shit's all full.
Well, think about
it's
this too.
terrible.
What if it's a full flight and then
It's
you
awful.
get in between two
You get two,
450-pound
Yeah,
linemen?
that'd be my luck.
dude, here's the other thing too. I don't understand how it takes so long to get off the plane when it's docked. They open the doors. There has to be a faster way for us to be able to get that luggage off like the top. Like, can't we get the luggage out, just hold it in our lap, and then it's time to go?
They should drop it. Like, are you talking about
Sometimes
the
I'm on
underneath?
You ever see when you're on the plane? Sometimes they're getting it off. You ever see it in your bag out the
Yeah,
window?
yeah.
I have, yeah.
That stuff is planes. We've talked a lot about planes today.
Flying is just
I
a pain
think
in the
planes
ass.
are awesome. Thank you to our airline workers.
Sadly,
though.
so. You're
Yeah,
right, Jared.
we know a couple people. One girl.
Becky,
That's,
bro.
yeah, a couple people that are what are they called?
Flight attendants?
Flight attendants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
flight attendants.
yeah. What they used to call them?
Stewardess.
Stewardesses. Yeah. Another thing that I wish that I would have found, and I wish that I used to want to do when I was a kid.
Oh, we had Mariah too. She was a
Yeah,
T-Rex.
T-Rex
She's retired.
T-Rex skull found in is that South Dakota?
Yeah,
South Dakota expected to sell for $15 million.
yeah.
I was going to bring that up.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to be an archaeologist, and then I figured out that in West Virginia there are no fossils because all of this right where we're sitting now was completely underwater, and there's no during the time where fossils were like T-Rexes, there was no possibility for a T-Rex to die here and get buried. So it's all like trilobites,
very few
like
things we
little
could have.
little
Are there any
shells.
opposites anywhere? Like, you know how you said this used to all be underwater. Is there anywhere that didn't used to be, now it is?
Yeah, this used to be underwater. You know where the Bering Strait? No. Bering Strait is that where?
Alaska.
Yeah, the land
Russia.
bridge.
Russia.
So there used to be a land bridge that connected Alaska to Russia, where a lot of animals and stuff and tribes people. That's where they said a lot of the Native Americans came from,
Eskimos.
and they said that a lot of them came from Russia, came down through Alaska, then into the States. But that land bridge is no longer.
Now it's underwater.
Yeah, during the Ice Age, I think after all that ice melted, then it
There's
all.
probably some sweet stuff buried deep down there under that land.
Oh yeah, well,
But it's pretty close though. It's like you can see Russia from Alaska, right?
I think
more
so.
or less. I mean,
Our mountains, the reason that they're plus another reason that that there are no fossils is that our mountains are so old. Our mountains they used to look like the Rockies. They were huge, but they've been worn down for so long, and they're so old that there was nothing around for anything to be buried. I think history's cool. Anyway, enough about
Well,
dinosaurs.
let me ask.
Go ahead.
Who's buying that T-Rex skull? For
Probably
$15
museum.
million?
Yeah, like a
they
yeah.
said they were going to say. I think
Pittsburgh
New York
Airport.
or something.
Did
I
you
don't-
ever?
I don't get that.
Did you ever see, Matt, I'm sure you've seen it, like the realistic recreation of a T-Rex?
Yeah.
So how different it is from like the one in Jurassic Park to what it really is?
Exactly.
What made it different?
So like realistic T-Rexes are way thicker. They're like way bulkier. Their teeth don't show. Like, you know how T-Rexes, they always have the teeth showing. They had front lips. They had lips. They don't roar. They don't have a roar. They do like, you know how alligators go like...
But again, it's
Like
like
grumble?
Yeah.
You really don't even know. They could be wrong too.
Yeah, that's-
You know, we don't ever know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's major differences. A lot of those dinosaurs that you see in the movies are not exactly how they probably were. But I've seen some dinosaur skeletons in Washington D.C. and some of those museums. Fascinating how big they are. Just mind blowing. I wonder how big that T-Rex skull is, Job.
I don't know about that one, but I mean, I know that the ones that are
big.
around, they're huge.
Yeah.
Real quick, I'm going to
this
try to
whole
find. You guys keep talking. I'm going to try to find the.
How
Chris-
cold was the Ice Age?
Yeah, little cold. Yeah, Cooley would love it.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
like sub-zero
Isn't
everywhere.
that amazing?
We have a friend.
Ice was everywhere, no water.
We have a friend that doesn't even believe in dinosaurs. He thinks that the fossils they found are all just put there, like fake.
He
Really?
does
Wow.
believe that.
It's
doesn't
E.
he?
Bell.
There
E. Bell
can
doesn't
be carbon
believe
dated.
I kind
though.
of agree with him.
But I
it.
mean,
You
they're
don't believe
bit.
it? 'Cause I
What?
saw you raise your hands like
What?
you didn't believe in it.
What?
Dinosaurs.
You don't believe in dinosaurs?
No.
Chris.
Now that's
Chris.
I mean, there's proof. If you ever go to the museums, I mean, there's actual full skeletal structure.
go to the Pittsburgh airport,
I just
there's
think
one
people
there.
are very creative and they come up
No
with this
way.
stuff.
No way.
Wow, yeah.
These things were here millions of years
You know,
ago.
people survived.
Well, then
through
how
the
did
Ice
they
Age?
find a
I didn't know
skull
that.
from 15 million years ago?
Archaeologists. These people dig for a living.
Here is what an actual T-Rex would. They did like a scientific recreation based off of like living reptiles today, and here's what it would actually sound like. So it's not like they're.
Wait, Joe, before you start that, Jarrett, what did you say the mummy sounded like when they recreated the mummy?
No, that was me. It goes ah. There we go.
It just sounds like a motorcycle.
So
going
that's-
down the
that-
road.
It sounds like an IMAX movie.
To
Yeah, I
me,
gotta say that.
to me, that sound is way scarier than a roar. Like if I heard that in the forest at night, that would freak me out.
In Jurassic Park, you guys have all seen it. And I think the scariest part of the movie is when the dinosaurs step into vibrations
And
and
you
go.
see, like when the cup of water's on the dashboard.
That's
awesome.
awesome. That's a really good job.
All right. Well, anything else on here that
Chris,
we want
you got
to
something?
nail?
Or did you already say it?
No,
Okay.
no,
Yeah,
I'm good, Matt. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's see. Matt, real quick. Sports betting revenue sets quarterly record $1.68 billion.
Yeah, it's because more states are getting it. It's getting bigger everywhere. California, we talked about on Bettor's Last Stand, voted it down last week, which is crazy. But yep,
So
growing everywhere.
World Cup kind of related here. No, sorry, wrong guy. I was thinking about what's the Beckham who plays soccer?
Yeah, that's him. I mean, he played for England. Yeah.
Who?
But
David Beckham.
no. Oh,
Yeah, I was
Odell,
thinking of
no,
David
yeah.
Beckham.
Well, I thought, okay.
Odell
Yeah, no, You're
Beckham.
reading off this. Yeah, Odell. Yeah.
Claims Nike owes him over $20 million. I don't know how that could
some
be.
kind of endorsement fell through or something.
Anything? Real quick, this isn't on here. Did you see the Prime Minister of the UK is I think stepping down or resigning so that the other guy, everybody's thinking the other guy, the blonde-haired dude with he always had messed up hair.
Boris.
Yeah, they're saying he might come back.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. What's
anything
happening
here?
there?
Boris.
Let's
Boris,
see.
the man.
Girl quits job and becomes online beauty guru.
Yeah, there you go
making
again.
some millions of
Do you
dollars.
think-
do you think if you buy the Washington Commanders for $7 billion, you make your money back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, is that like a good
Investment.
Obviously, we couldn't. I mean,
Looks like Bezos is going to be the front runner. He said he wants him.
he's going to own everything. What isn't he going to own?
Probably his goal.
Those are three unbelievable: Bezos, Jay-Z, and Matthew McConaughey. Do you guys?
And then there's a fourth one that someone.
Kevin Durant's interested in
Yeah,
it. too.
him and he was with a group. There's somebody else too, the really rich guy that was saying.
you
There's
think
somebody that
KD
owns another team. I can't remember who it is.
KD's got $7 billion.
No,
No,
like he's
well, maybe
merging
a
with
part of
other
the group.
guys.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mahomes owns a small percent of the Royals.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Oh, real quick, because I know we haven't filled this show with enough dark stuff already, but Lionel Dahmer may sue Netflix for glamorizing the murders. What do you guys think about that?
So who is she?
No,
To him.
Lionel is
That's
his dad.
Jeff
Oh,
Dahmer's dad.
sorry.
Yeah,
That's his dad?
Yeah.
That's the yeah.
Why would he do that? Like,
Because they're saying that they're making him look like people not like Dahmer, but they're like making the murders this like big, fantastic theatrical.
so I didn't finish the show. Does he hate his son for it? Like,
No,
he feels guilty. Like the way they depict it. I don't know. I can't speak for the real man, but he kind of in the show is. You kind of feel bad for him. He kind of
he's devastated.
He feels like he created this monster, which
jeez.
I'm not sure he was.
Can
solely
you imagine,
responsible.
just real quick, did you see the scene where they tell his dad what he did?
yeah, and he's just sitting at the table.
That to me freaks me out. Like that, if I ever heard like that my friend or a sibling like had a head in their freezer, just would not.
He didn't even.
That's
think
why I
twice.
don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
He didn't even think twice like Dahmer. I don't think they glamorize it. I
Neither
think it
do
was
I.
a pretty good depiction. I'm sure people always complain that it's inaccurate, but I think they did a pretty good job. And make people aware. People weren't really aware of that. They modernized it, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, obviously, none of us want that kind of thing to happen. But there's guys that operating like that out there in the world right now.
Yeah.
And maybe this heightens people's alert system. That maybe I better be careful when I'm going home with people who are going out around.
Exactly.
Yeah, like on one side, you want to say like if one of my friends or my family members got murdered by him, I probably wouldn't want to watch a movie based on that. But I mean, I get it. Like you said, to me, that like was I would be way more skeptical of people in public now, just for the sake of like just weird interactions with people, kind of raise your haunches.
And there's so many serial killers like him, not necessarily exactly, but have a lot of similar qualities. If you watch shows on him, you realize, he wasn't the only one, so I don't feel like they're glamorizing. He's just the most popular guy in the news right now because he was on Netflix, and Netflix will make anybody popular.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a good or a bad thing.
How come Netflix is never in trouble for it? Well, I guess they're getting sued for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they get sued a lot for, maybe inaccuracies or what people deem to be inaccurate, but I mean, it's necessary to tell. That's how you're reaching people now. Instead of history books or learning it in school, you're learning stuff on Netflix. So I applaud them for doing stuff like that, as long as they're pretty much accurate. I wouldn't want them to do lies and make it look like, you should be a serial killer.
Hey,
that's inside you. That's
one thing that I think is really interesting, and I think it's really cool for people to kind of get inside the minds of these people and get a look into how good our justice system is, as far as like our investigators and interrogators. There's a YouTube channel or 2 YouTube channels that I want people to go watch, and you can. It's kind of morbid because it's like people in the confession chamber talking, where interrogators will get the information out of them. But there's JCS Criminal Psychology, that's on YouTube, and then Explore With Us is another channel. This guy, kudos to him, I don't know his name, but he gives it, they're like an hour long, each of them. He gives the most detailed, because he says they get info from psychologists and criminal psychology. He gives the most detailed breakdown of these people's behavior and the job, how good of a job these interrogators do. Definitely worth a watch to go, get inside this. If you're into crime and stuff, go give it a watch because it's super cool. But
do you find serial killers fascinating?
I do. As weird as that is to say, I think it's
totally
just like even if they're not serial killers, like if they're just a killer, it's just
killers, period. Yeah. There's a really good show on Netflix called Mindhunter. People should check it out if they like serial killers.
It's kind of nuts how you watch a guy that's trying to claim his innocence. How they
believe they didn't do anything. John Wayne Gacy, like they're sitting there.
He still doesn't.
They won't acknowledge it. Yeah.
So it's nuts to see these murderers. They deny everything that they do, and then there comes a point where they confess, and then everything comes out, and it's nuts to see that
Once
shit.
they break the dam.
Yeah, it's nuts. But anyway, there's your darkness for this podcast. We're going to take a quick break here, and then we're going to get back with our famous segments: Hot Pit, Cold Mug, little This Week in History, and birthdays, and then some Shakespeare phrase of the week.
Yippee.
We'll be right back. It's that time of week. I did that last week. It is This Week in History, November 14th, through the 20th of November. A lot of stuff on here today. Some cool stuff, some fun stuff, some sad stuff. A lot of different stuff on here.
Run the gauntlet.
Soup, I want to go to you because you're always a little shifty on the history. So hit me with something you like.
The King Gillette partner's first razor blade. November 15th, 1904.
Where is that, 1904?
Yeah, the 15th.
November 15th, King Gillette.
Patents.
How about that
Patents
name?
first razor
King
blade.
Gillette.
King
Yeah.
Gillette.
That
sounds
was a
pretty
popular
cool.
name back in in that time. King. A lot of kings.
Hey, what the cool thing, speaking of Gillette, cool thing that we learned at the penitentiary was that barbed wire, the razor wire, was actually patented and made by Gillette.
Yes.
And one of her jokes was, it's the best a man can get. Yeah.
Which the Army signed a contract with Gillette for them, so Gillette would make them the razor blades for the Army.
Isn't that nuts that they can go from making like household razors to military grade barbed wire?
Can you imagine like their engine? I'm sure there's an article on this somewhere, but Gillette's like engineer sitting down with the people from the Army and constructing that. The Army saying this is exactly what we need to do because they explained at the penitentiary.
And those things don't rust or anything.
Yeah, that they said when it would contact muscle, the razor would curl.
Yeah, like they feel vibration, they burrow in your skin.
Crazy.
You guys use Gillettes? Joe, you look like you used one this morning.
Yeah, I get a little shave up
Are you
every
guys
now
like
and
a
then.
manual razor or like electric razor?
I use manual.
I like
have
to
to.
get close to my skin.
I think
electric razor will
yeah.
burn up. I mean, I've never found a good enough electric razor.
I'm an electric.
I don't
guy.
shave enough.
I mean, if I was able
Phillips
to.
Norelco.
Can you grow
shaving
beard,
sucks.
Matt?
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't.
I've never seen you with
after
facial
a while,
hair.
It itches. I mean, I can go a few days.
Yeah, I
but-
was gonna say, I don't think I ever have.
No, I let it go a little bit, but
Chris,
about as long as Chris could go now.
Yeah, you're a little.
I know,
I like it.
Shaving
Keep it
sucks.
going.
Yeah,
man.
I like
it's
it.
terrible.
I
I'll
like
tell
it.
you, I do use those Gillette
Thanks.
Skin Guard razors. They're really good. They're the best ones I've ever had, and the only ones I'll ever buy now. Because the worst thing ever, you get that razor burn or something like. Oh, it's
Well, when I
absolutely
first
awful.
started shaving my head years ago, I bought like those just cheap
Like plastic
those
razors?
bits.
Yeah.
God, I nicked the shit out of my head.
yeah, those skin guards are.
Is
horrible.
that's
They
probably
have-
how you figured out you need or when you had blood thinners, you figured out you were going to bleed to
Well,
death.
no, I've only been on them for
Oh, okay.
not too long.
right.
But he had a
But I
wound
God,
shaving his head.
I do Dollar Shave Club.
Yeah, those are good.
Those are
nice.
good.
I've
Those are
heard a
good.
lot of good things about that.
Yeah,
Have you really?
Yes.
No, they
I've
are
heard
good. My dad had some.
I've heard a lot of
They
good
do-
things about that.
I like them.
But that Gillette
You
skin guard
haven't.
is
Yes,
really
I
good.
have.
Who the one have you been
A
talking to?
lot of podcasts that I listen to are sponsored by Dollar
Yeah.
Shave Club,
That-
and
no,
they
It's popping.
Have
They-
you heard of the Harry's? There's that one.
Yeah,
called
yeah.
Harry's, and then there's
Harry's.
Manscaped.
Manscaped. Yep.
I've seen a lot
Harry's
of
has a
Manscaped.
hell of a body wash.
That Manscaped
Yeah,
trimmer must be awesome. That one they have that you can use in the water.
What's it called? The lawnmower.
Yeah.
the lawnmower 3000. Yeah. Clean. They always say something about your bean bag.
beanbag.
Yeah.
You clip your beanbag.
Yeah.
man. It-
Oh God,
that
yeah.
hurts.
Yeah.
Stay away from that.
Yeah.
Beanbag.
Sharp
It's
objects.
that was the first time I learned that a shaver has two blades that go.
Oh yeah,
That's not a fun
like
time.
hedge trimmers.
Yeah, that's exactly what they
Yeah.
are. Like
Yeah.
mini hedge trimmers. Yeah.
All right, good job, Soup.
Yeah. Great. Good stuff. Good stuff. Chris, your boy's on here. Big AC, 1939, Al Capone.
Oh, then no.
Yeah, he came out of Alcatraz with syphilis and died shortly after.
Released
that at?
Huh?
Where's that at on?
Nine-
You just call
19
him AC.
Big AC, 1939, November
Number
16th.
Yeah.
Why are you reading shit backwards?
I just like to read the
Yeah.
year because it's
You're like
easier to.
Yoda.
I don't know. Al Capone released from Alcatraz, The Rock.
Yeah,
What?
he had his brain had been eaten apart by syphilis by that point. He was basically a vegetable. Went down to Florida to die.
That's the next. That's the next prison we'll be visiting.
Oh, can't
So
wait.
keep on the lookout for that. Anything on here?
Yeah, this one makes me livid again.
boy.
But, November 19th, 1998, Van Gogh's Portrait of the Artist Without a Beard.
You were
sells
mad
for
about that?
$71 million.
About that last week. Was this is more than last week's? I think.
Matt, hear me out. That went for more than a fucking T-Rex skull.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
I was going to ask Job that, but I wanted to wait. I would probably pay more for the T-Rex skull.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
think-
know. I mean, I love the Van Gogh
well, it
stuff.
just. I mean,
Can we see that picture?
it depends.
Yeah, which one is that? What picture?
I'll
is that?
keep.
He just splattered some paint on a piece of paper and it's sold for
cool.
more
He
than
hates Van Gogh.
sold for more than
He did
a
talk
T-Rex
paper,
skull.
he said.
He hate a piece of paper.
Piece of
What?
paper.
It's like a
I
special
art,
canvas.
but for $71 million, that's insane to me.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
got
You
I-
could get
I
Mike
don't-
Trout to play for your baseball
what
team.
is he gonna do? Cut your grass?
For your baseball team, instead you got a piece of painting.
Oh, Cooley's gonna get pissed.
Yeah, look, this
he's
is
gonna
Oh
this
my!
is like a yeah.
71
Yeah. See, he used the Gillette. That's why that was a big
Yeah,
thing.
look.
He used Gillette to shave.
Listen.
What year was that painted?
I don't know the year it's painted.
Probably like the 1300s.
I mean, I think that's a
really
really
what
nice
that looks.
painting, but did he do something that's like been unheard of with
Is
the
that
color
supposed to be
scheme?
him?
Yeah.
He painted a guy without a beard.
1889.
Okay, I guess that's like
Listen,
unbelievable for
You,
that.
I get why you'd think it's crazy. I get it. I understand. But if you would look into some, that's what I'm going to do next episode. I'm going to get into the history of Van Gogh. You gotta listen to the history of this guy and the differences that he brought to the art community and how he
Revolutionized
changed.
it.
But I respect that. I don't respect buying his stuff
So
for
actually,
$71 million.
You should be more mad at the guy buying it than you are
I
at
am
Van
mad at
Gogh.
it.
But
okay, all
Fools,
right.
here's the
So
thing.
find out the asshole that bought it.
That painting,
Sucks. Yeah, I know.
but
Go
it's
ahead.
it'll never be recreated. That's the original.
Impossible.
It's the original painting that Van Gogh, one of the most famous painters of all time, painted. That's like saying, okay, cool. All right, here we go. Michael Jordan, in 150 years, he has a jersey that goes up for sale. How much you think they're going to buy it for?
But I think they're idiots too.
Yeah, you're
But
not
I'm
wrong.
saying-
Like
you're not
buying
wrong
Derek
about that.
Jeter's baseball card for $20 million, you're an idiot.
Cooley, I agree with you 100%
I think it's stupid.
from that.
Okay.
But I also, Job's point of view, I do think it's neat that when in those times when someone would actually sit for the initial portrait, you know what I mean? Or like in this case, he's painting.
That's him.
But like I mean, that to me is fascinating. Like that was one of one.
Like that painting that is being bought is never. There's no way you can ever recreate it.
And I like that aspect. I like the history.
But I agree with you about
It's
paying
more
for
the
them.
guy.
I totally
Yeah,
agree.
it's more the price tag on it that's just blowing my mind.
Well, it's like it's
that it could go for more than a T-Rex skull. Like an actual
I
T-Rex.
gotta put that in your basement.
Yeah, like a physical
Like that's
skull.
insane. This dude just do paint on paper. So
No.
for more than an actual dinosaur skull,
I totally disagree.
50 million for a skull, 71 million for paper.
Yeah, but okay, but here's the thing. Let me real quick. I'm gonna Google how many T-Rex skulls there are and how many.
Right.
But dude, there's just something about a T-Rex skull that should scream excitement compared to.
Yeah, but listen, there's somebody that absolutely loves art that's saying the exact opposite
Right.
thing.
Well,
of
who's
you.
he bidding with?
Some
Probably
other
museums
billionaire
or
artist.
something.
Oh, I don't know.
71
You know how I
million.
feel about it. It's not the pain, and I'm disrespecting. I'm disrespecting this human being that wasted all of his money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you
then
got
hey,
71
but
million
then
to waste.
But
You
then
probably
in,
got 71
They'll
more
probably
somewhere.
resell
in 10 years, how much do you think it's going to be worth?
150, 250
Exactly.
million.
I just wonder at what point where they start to not value those, like as the generations come on and our stupid young
What
kids don't even know who Van Gogh is.
I think there'll be
Yeah.
always. I mean, because
I hope so.
Because there's one. I think that it'll
good,
be like somebody will be always be
People
out
should
there.
know who that is.
Absolutely.
Hey, speaking, guys, real quick, I think we might have to put this in the office budget. I was looking up the T-Rex skull for,
Forget everything
South
else.
Dakota. A T-Rex from Amazon. T-Rex dinosaur skull mounted. Jesus, listen. T-Rex dinosaur skull mounted Tyrannosaurus Rex fossil statue for $119.
Oh, we could just take
Yeah,
that
but is
one.
that real?
No, God, no.
No, we want the real.
It's tiny, but wouldn't that
know
look
if we got
kind of cool?
15
One. It's like a baby Rex.
That would look
yeah.
great. That was like a raptor head.
Cool.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so real quick about Van Gogh. You know the one with the stars, and you said it sucked.
Starry Night.
Starry Night, yeah. So he painted that when he was in an asylum. He painted that from the window of an asylum. Like, you don't think that's cool?
No, I think it's cool. I feel like you're getting it wrong. I'm not disrespecting the art, even though I do think it sucks. But
Yeah.
like, I understand why people think the art is cool. I don't understand why it's worth that much. Like, I just don't see how anybody could spend $71 million on paper.
Yeah. We'll never know.
Well, we'll have a debate. We'll have the art
about-
after hours.
What about Mona Lisa?
Oh, after
Coles,
hours,
you,
yeah.
Coles, you gotta love the Mona Lisa then,
It
right?
sucks too.
She's hot. Yeah.
Yeah,
this dude.
she'd probably be on OnlyFans, right?
Yeah, I'm sure Da Vinci was thinking the same thing, Chris.
Well, she's rumored to be a guy,
Yeah.
right?
Well, they said it
Well-
actually could have been a version of him.
Yeah, it was he used the guy as a model and then tailored it to be a woman. So yeah.
Makes sense.
What was the purpose of that?
What year
Hey,
was that? When was
Gotta
that?
use
painted?
what you have, I guess.
Let's see. Mona Lisa was I'm gonna guess 17.
Wow.
I feel like it's
Really?
like in my mind, I feel like it should be much longer.
I think
though.
older
I don't
than
know
that.
why.
What happens if like
I was
that?
wrong. 1503.
15.
Oh, okay.
Like that Van Gogh painting. What if it gets like a little chip on it or something?
Oh, God.
Well, there are people that are
Restore 'em.
they're professional restorers who, if you look them up, it's insane how they restore
how
these
they
paintings.
can tell what kind of paints were used. Oh,
yeah,
man,
and they
fascinating.
use the specific
And that's
like,
why-
chemical
And
combinations.
how about when they're testing for the forgers? Like when they find.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
another whole topic we could talk about. It's really,
waste of
really
Rob, I
awesome.
remember taking art appreciation in college, and I did think it was fascinating
Yes.
just to learn about it. And
Me
I
too.
think
It's nuts.
Who the hell would have taught that to me?
Al DeYeager taught mine. Did he teach you?
No, it was Rockney Ely.
Yeah, Rock Ely.
He passed
Yeah,
within a year
I had
or two.
him. I had him for ancient civilizations.
Yeah, and it was. I mean, I wish I could remember it. I didn't take it serious enough, but it was fascinating
Oh,
to
yeah.
learn all that stuff and how it was really good.
Chris, you know what class that I thought was really fascinating was rock appreciation,
Yeah.
rock and roll
Yeah.
appreciation.
We
Yeah.
learned so much about the Beatles. They are one of my most respected bands. Maybe my number one as far as respect for what they've done. It's just incredible.
Did they teach you the story about them walking across the street and that how those people were in the background by accidentally?
Abbey Road.
Oh, Abbey Road.
And the,
with
people, and the
album.
lady was shopping out there and it was wondering why the hippies were walking across the street, so she just kept watching them. While they're taking the picture. Have you ever seen Abbey Road's picture?
Yeah.
With the lady in the background?
I don't remember it, but
That's
I
probably like one of the most iconic album covers
Who's
of
your
all time.
Who's your favorite Beatle?
McCartney.
Yeah.
I know my least favorite was John Lennon.
Oh, that
Ringo.
guy.
No,
Yoko
I like
He
Ono.
was on
I like
Thomas the
Ringo.
Tank Engine.
Chris, you love Yoko Ono.
she's hot.
Hey, real quick, my just something. Somebody else go. I already did one.
No, go ahead.
I just want to say that Jim Henson's The Muppets, established 1958.
Is that Fozzie?
Oh, I love the Muppets.
Me too. Animals are my favorite.
Oh, he's a good drummer. He's like the Dave Grohl of the Muppets. I love the Muppets though.
All right. Who else?
I like November 20th, 1945. The Nuremberg War trials begin. That's
Is that
War crimes.
Yeah, war crimes for the Nazis.
Yep, shut them all down.
what's
I'm sorry if I steal this from someone, but November 18th, 1978, 918 members of the People's Temple.
Yeah,
it's insane.
I was a freshman. In
Chris,
high school.
you're the only one that was alive for that.
Yeah.
Are you guys
Jim
all
Jones.
aware of that?
Go ahead. What do they do?
918 members of the People's Temple cult commit mass suicide in Jonestown,
Guyana.
under the direction of leader Jim Jones.
Have you ever seen pictures of that?
No, I never.
You
heard
guys
of
never
that.
heard of it? Yeah. You ever heard the phrase about drinking the Kool-Aid? Like,
Yeah.
That's
where-
what they did.
So they put poison in Kool-Aid.
Well, that's specific. It was Flavor Aid.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And
Kool-Aid.
Don't slander
Kool-Aid
Kool-Aid.
got mad. The Kool-Aid.
No, the Kool-Aid guy will bust through that wall.
Yeah, he will.
On a commercial. Be
Like in
pissed.
Family Guy.
Yeah, but they
Cyanide.
they gave Kool-Aid to all these people, and they all drank it. And
He brought them there. All these people picked up everything they owned. Well,
Yeah.
few things. Their limited possessions all went down there. Took their families, their kids, their moms, their dads, their brothers, their sisters, anybody who would go in. And he basically just brainwashed them for, I don't know how long they were down there. Over a year.
How do you convince
And then-
918 people?
And then it's just...
Well, they were brainwashed, right? And
Yeah.
he was saying that the government was coming for him.
Yeah,
they caught on to
he
what he was
scared them. Then
Yeah.
the fear sets in, and then it's that's the bodies. Just,
Oh my god!
yeah, watch a show on that and watch
That's
him.
I mean, I've never heard of this. This is insane to me.
Yeah,
that
this
was
is one of
over,
the biggest mass suicide, one in the biggest in the entire world. ever.
980
Well, they said it was the most civilian deaths until
Yeah.
at one time until 9/11.
Right.
You tell me not one person there was like, "Hey, we probably."
Well,
should.
I think they said a few
some people tried to leave, and then he would kidnap them, and it was.
my
I
God.
mean,
Well, the guy
there
was
were some
sick.
people that escaped.
Well, I
that
mean, he
they
was
had, but they
sexually
risked
abusing
their
people.
lives.
He
He was having sex with these underage girls. I mean, he was so demented and disturbed, and it is sad that he preyed on people that were looking for something to believe in. I don't know why they would choose this, but like the vulnerabilities that were there and the things that he got them to do. And you would say, how could people fall for this? But
what made him like somebody that they would go to? Like, what,
he was like
He
this
was like a preacher, wasn't he?
charismatic
He was a
preacher
preacher.
that they just started to.
they were all religious.
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
within me. Yeah, I mean, it was supposed to be based around. Well, what was it called? It was what was the name of the thing?
People's
Temple. Yeah. So I mean, it had like a loose Christianity base to it, but I mean,
Where's this-
Yeah,
where's
it
this
was called
country?
Guyana, South America.
There was another, not to keep it dark like I always do.
Oh, well.
There was have you ever heard of the Heaven's Gate cult?
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
another mass suicide. Where
I remember that one.
there was this religious guy that was saying that.
What was his name?
Let's see.
What the hell was? You'll remember his name, Chris, when you hear it. Oh man, because I
Marshall
remember, There you go,
Applewhite.
Applewood. Yep.
Applewhite, I think it
Or
was.
Applewhite,
Yeah, he's basically told these people that you have a way to leave the container of your body if you kill yourself.
Did you ever see those videos of him talking?
Yeah,
they're scary.
They're creepy.
Very
And
creepy.
people.
What was he part of?
It was called the
Heaven's
Heaven's Gate religious cult, whose leaders preached that suicide would allow them to leave their bodily containers and enter an alien spacecraft hidden behind the Hale-Bopp comet.
Hey, Job, what year was that? 90 what?
Let's see. That's 1972.
Wait, but
1975, I think.
no, when they did the thing, I thought that was more recent.
85?
I thought it was more recent than that.
96.
There you go. I knew it was because I remember one of the Star Trek cast members, Uhura, her brother was one of those people.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Hey, well, to get back to that Jonestown, it was great Flavor Aid. But
Yeah.
I was just reading there were over 300 children that died.
Yeah.
And it said on here, it says that the poison caused death within 5 minutes for children, less for babies, and about an estimated 20 to 30 minutes for the adults for them to after
That's
consuming
insane.
that. That's just
Was it cyanide, Chris?
that. Yeah, cyanide and a bunch of other different things that I can't pronounce.
What an asshole.
I mean,
No.
but my God,
That's
and
insane.
then
Barbiturates. Or
Whatever
something.
happened to the guy, Jim Jones?
He
ended
died
up
with
getting-
him.
Oh, he died with him?
I thought, is that what,
Didn't he?
I thought he got shot.
Oh, maybe they did. Maybe he.
What's his
didn't.
name?
I thought he.
Jim Jones.
Yeah, you might be right, Chris. Now that I think about it,
Either way.
he
But
was a
what
sick
just,
figure.
It's just awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Who else got
keeping it light here in the studio.
Let's try and find
There's
something
never
happier.
really. I mean,
H.H. Holmes arrested. Okay, I don't know if that's any happier.
Joe,
November 17th.
This is the 34th installment of the Pine Room Podcast, and this week in history, Matt usually has about 20 things here bulleted, and there's always a handful of something just so dark. It's unavoidable.
Because I
It
guess
is
that's like what history
That's
is
what people
about.
remember.
Yes.
Well, they say, it's like the accident. You can't look away.
It's like in like the news.
But-
There's always something bad.
How about Jim Brown, November 17th, 1956? Jim Brown scores 43 points himself in a win over Colgate. He played for Syracuse, 6 touchdowns, and then he kicked all the extra points.
Oh, my
So,
God.
You think Syracuse covered that one?
I think they probably did. That's pretty cool.
Hey, you know who else?
He was a great lacrosse
That's
player.
happy. November 19th, 1990. Barry Bonds
Barry.
wins NL MVP.
For the Pirates.
Yep,
The
go
last
Bucks.
MVP
Hey.
of the Bucks.
And he
Probably the
didn't
last
even
one
need
ever.
to do steroids. He
No,
was so
He was
good.
awesome
He was
then.
so good. So good.
He looked like a normal human.
What about
being.
Champ?
Yes.
I was gonna
Yeah,
get
go
that.
ahead, go. You
I
do.
was gonna say that.
about
One of the most
17th?
probably one of the more inspirational words ever spoken. President Nixon. He tells what's that? AP? What's
Yeah,
that?
the Associated Press.
Okay, tells him I am not a crook.
I love it when Champ. That's why I put that's really not that historic, but
it's
nonetheless, when we're talking about Champ, I thought one that I thought was really interesting, and it's just amazing that he didn't catch this guy for so long. November 15th, 1979, a package from the Unabomber, which Ted Kaczynski was actually smoking in the cargo hold at O'Hare Airport, and they didn't catch him until I don't even know the 90s. I mean, that's how long that went on. But fascinating. Another guy to watch a show on. How brilliant that dude was. He was obviously very strange and odd. But
you do got to give
so
credits
smart.
to and I hate this is weird to say, but criminals like that and serial killers. Some of them are really stupid, but some of them also are incredibly
Harvard educated,
Yeah,
like,
incredibly
brilliant.
genius, but.
for the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
So,
not good. Anything? Real quick, we'll move on to some shows. Real quick, I want to say 2 movies that I think you guys should go watch, or at least one you should go watch if you're in the mood for some scary stuff. One's really stupid, the other one's not bad. It's a decent scary movie. The ending was okay. Smile just came out, still in theaters.
How'd you watch it? Did you go to the movies?
I watched it totally legal online.
I went and saw it. I went and saw it. It was in the movies. It was creepy.
Pretty
man.
creepy, yeah. Kind of. It creeps you out because it's like in the movie. I don't want to spoil anything, but it basically is like if you start having something that nobody else believes, it kind of drives you insane when nobody else believes you. That's basically kind of the gist of the show. What were you saying, Matt?
Go ahead and tell me your other one.
And the
I'm
other
gonna see
show-
if you guys saw this other. commercial.
Barbarian, another scary movie. It's with who's the dude in Dodgeball? He was like the younger guy in Dodgeball.
Ooh, I didn't see this one. Barbarian.
The younger guy in Dodgeball. He was like the love interest of the girl.
Oh, I know exactly
you're
who you're
talking
talking
It's
about.
I think it's My Real Name. I think it's something. Anyway, he's in it.
Justin Long.
Yes, he's in it. About some house in Detroit where some girl lives in it. Anyway, nuts. Just go check it out. Stupid ending, but decent. Kind of a surprise what it's about. Go check it out.
What about the one that I saw a commercial for today? That Bone and All. Did you guys see this?
No.
Yeah, check that one out. Check that trailer out.
Bone and Awe.
Bone and All, like bone.
all.
Did you
ALL.
guys
Like
see it?
BON bone.
Yeah, like bone, like your
In
bone.
all ALL?
Bone. I think it's Bone and All.
Bone and all.
And all.
Okay.
Ugh, that sounds fucked up.
You know, it is maybe one of the most disturbing trailers that I've ever seen. So I
right.
mean, it's out. I just saw it twice today on TV.
This is a great idea. We should do a Pine Room watch, like a watch party, and we can get our reactions to the movie. That'd be awesome.
I'm in.
Let's do that. We should do that.
Figure out a film.
Another film that I think everybody should go watch. I haven't seen it, but I really want to go see it, and I think this guy absolutely deserves all the praise in the world. Brendan Fraser is in a new movie called The Whale. It's coming out
it looks
soon.
really good.
I think Brendan Fraser, the way that, if you heard anything about Brendan Fraser, about how he's making his comeback, and people absolutely adore
is this
him.
the role he had to get real fat for?
Yeah, well, he
Or
used
like-
him for prosthetics, but he also was huge for the. But
that's the character in this
yes,
movie?
people have rallied behind this guy because he's such a humble dude, and
Yeah, I like him.
I think he thought that the world just totally forgot about him. But
He was in some movies, a lot
He
of
was in
movies,
like all the
early
Mummy
2000s,
movies. Yeah, really cool. He's such a good dude. Go watch that. I'm gonna go watch it too. So that's coming out soon. Any other movies coming out?
We went and saw Don't Worry, Darling. It was really, really good.
Is that a thriller? What is it?
It was a thriller.
Who's
it was
in that?
Florence Pugh. She did an
she's awesome.
unbelievable
Oh wait,
job.
what else was
really,
she
really
in?
good.
The ending was incredible.
She's in one of the Marvel movies. She's what's her name? Scarlett Johansson's sister. In that one.
Oh yeah,
but
that's
she's in
with
some
Harry
other ones.
Styles.
She's
is
in
that.
the new
telling
Little
you.
Women. She's in a bunch of shows.
telling you.
Midsummer.
She's very good.
Midsummer's nuts, but if you like thrillers, Don't Worry, Darling it was like Jordan Peele type kind of stuff. Like you walked out of there and your brain.
Have you seen Nope?
Yeah, it was really good.
I hated
looking
it.
for a
You
good
don't
movie.
like it.
I
you didn't
take that back. The beginning and the middle of it was awesome. The ending kind of was weird to me, but
it was really good.
I think movies are very
Joe,
very
that's what we
bad
should start.
lately. I'm
That
hoping
can
to
be our
see
next show. Let's watch a movie and review it.
revival.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that idea.
One more. Oh shoot, I forgot it. If you're into scary movies, one of the best scary movies I've ever seen. I know it's kind of past that time. We're supposed to be getting the happier times of the year, but Hereditary. If you
Ooh, yeah, that's
absolutely just freaky movie, acting in that is incredible. So go check that out. Hereditary. Anyway,
Yeah,
birthdays,
That movie. Oh no, it's Bones and all.
Bones and all.
Bones and all.
I'll go. That'll be my homework
I
for
don't.
tonight.
I don't know if I'm. I don't know. That's very. Yeah.
Real quick about our homework. Cools, you did I almost said golden shower. The cold
Oh my gosh.
cold shower. You did the cold shower.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
I did it. Yeah, I did it for about 2 weeks straight. I actually liked it. I enjoyed it. It's like,
Good.
No, you didn't do like a full cold. You did the end.
No, so I would ease into it. So I'd get in, hot shower, and then like the last 2 minutes, I would turn it all the way
That's
down.
great. That's
Good.
Great.
Good.
And it would make me feel way more awake and stuff for school.
All right. Any?
Did everybody finish watching the Watcher?
I finished it. Did Soup? You watch
Okay,
it?
they haven't
haven't
done
watched
it.
it.
All right.
No.
Someday we'll talk about
That's
that.
the one
'Cause we
that-
gotta wait till Jeff
That's
comes
the one
back.
about
on.
the house, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Okay, yeah.
Netflix?
Super. It's such a.
It's an easy watch.
To me, that stuff is scarier than anything paranormal.
Is that Netflix?
Yes. Go. Yeah. Netflix.
Close.
7 episodes,
I'm starting
45
tonight.
minutes.
The unknown is very scary.
Yes, very much so. Especially when it's real like
Yes,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Any birthdays?
Oh, we got
Chris,
a great.
your
we got
boy,
a
the
bunch
warden.
today.
You got that one.
I saw that. Yeah, Bob Gunton, 77
Hey.
today.
Shawshank, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, and then
Sam Moore, or no, what was it? Norton?
Norton.
Boy, he was a bad guy.
Chris, your favorite song of all time?
No.
Yeah. Gordon.
Gordon
God, he's
Lightfoot.
84 years
Our
old.
man Gordon Lightfoot,
And
Edmund
then that-
Fitzgerald.
and
That's kind
and
of
the
our theme
boat,
song.
And the ship crashed when?
Yeah, a
On
few
the
weeks
10th?
ago, November the
Yeah.
10th. Yeah.
Last
The
week.
Gales of
Or last
November.
week, yeah.
No.
It was.
Yeah.
I missed it because we were off on, or we were out of order, whatever. I can't remember. I left it off there. I don't know how.
The
Gales of November. Remember.
Yeah, a load of iron ore, 26,000 tons or more.
Yeah.
When the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed
Kylo
empty.
Ren.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Adam Driver.
Such a good actor.
He's so good, man.
So good.
Really, really good.
Do you guys like Pete Davidson?
No.
Be honest.
He's got a new girlfriend now.
He has the greatest catalog of women I've ever seen, and I just
don't
can't
understand
figure it
it.
out.
I think there's a reason behind that, but we've not pretty. We'll say
He's
that.
hung
for
like
that.
a horse.
Yes.
Yeah.
But is that? But I mean,
He's ugly. He's got money.
but like I didn't. I
That's
really,
probably two.
I don't really dislike him, but I don't find him funny. Like I really don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I
don't hate him.
I don't know too much about
Yeah,
him. So
but yeah, I mean, so he's laying the pipe to these women, but like that's the only thing they're concerned of. They can't find a.
I think he's. I hear he's super charismatic when it comes
I'm
to
sure he
like that.
probably
But
is.
Cool's,
Whatever, he did amazing work.
Cool's your girl, Jodie Foster.
Why is that my girl?
I don't know.
Who that is?
Clarice
I don't
Starling in
Yeah.
the first Hannibal Lecter movie, Silence of the Lambs. Have you guys all seen that movie?
What movie is it?
Silence of the Lambs.
I have never
seen
seen
it?
that.
What? Oh,
Never
you got
seen
to
that.
watch that.
Clarice.
Yeah, that is Anthony Hopkins. It was just a phenomenal performance.
Did you ever see her in The Accused or call it? That's a rough movie.
Yeah.
Hey, deserves a shout out, not her birthday. Shania Twain came out with a new album, a song called "Waking Up Dreaming." Super good song.
Really?
A really good song. It might not be your guys' taste, but I think it's a super good. It's
I was
a
shocked to hear
it's
you
called.
say
I can't believe you were listening to Shania Twain.
I'd be expecting Jarrett.
No, and listen. I heard somebody said they were going to a Shania Twain concert, and I can't remember who it was. But anyway,
she was the biggest thing in country music for a
yeah,
long
and
time.
I
she's
think
awesome.
I heard she got sick, and then her vocal cords got
she
all.
struggled with voice issues.
But
yeah.
she came out with a new album, "Waking Up Dreaming." It's a great song, uplifting song, makes you want to just be happy. Listen to it. I'm telling you, you'll like it. I'm telling you, you'll like it.
I've been on a George Strait kick lately for some
He's
reason.
hard to beat him.
Oh,
He's
God.
got more number one hits. Almost
You know
Alabama.
that song? I love it. Troubadour. You like that song?
Yeah, yeah.
Love that freaking song.
No, I see on the 19th, Ted Turner turns 84, and I bring that up because in the 80s, that's when I was introduced to TBS.
Yeah.
And,
The Superstation.
Superstation.
Yeah.
And you know, we're here in Wheeling, West Virginia, and we're starting to get all these Atlanta Braves games every night, and then the Atlanta Hawks. And I thought, this is the coolest thing ever. And that was probably one of the reasons why I didn't get as good of grades as I should have, because I spent so much time watching the Braves and the Hawks. I loved them.
I'd say
That's
huge,
really cool.
huge part of my childhood. Huge
Yes.
part.
I
I have
could
vivid
name-
memories of watching the Braves games with my
so-
dad before the Pirates were
Yes.
on local television.
Right. Because a lot of times the Pirates weren't on
No,
TV.
maybe you get a game on the weekend or
Yes.
something, but not
Why
every
was-
night.
Why was it the Braves?
Because he was from,
Just from
Atlanta,
Atlanta.
and he's
Turner
the one that started
broadcast
that.
TBS.
Yeah.
That's why it was Turner
Yeah,
Field.
So,
Yeah. So,
Shit.
yeah,
So you
I
had
just-
Skip Carey
and Pete Van Weir.
Pete Van
and,
Weir, Don Sutton for a while. That was a really
Oh,
good,
they had Ernie
really
Johnson,
good Ernie
too.
Johnson. Yeah,
What
really good
what
booth.
years what years would
In
have
the
that been?
80s. Started in the 80s.
So was that-
Probably about 80. I graduated college. Probably about 85, maybe
Yeah.
86.
So that was right when the
Maybe.
Braves were getting good with Chipper.
Well,
and-
actually, that
Well, a little bit
leading up,
later,
but that was
a little bit
before.
later.
But like
Yeah, Dale
Joe
Murphy.
Torre was managing them, and Dale Murphy. That was
A lot
kind
of
of
guys-
like
they
right,
called the Braves were the team of the '90s, right? Was that
yeah,
what?
right,
was-
right when they started to be pretty respectable, and then Bobby Cox came along in the early '90s, and then they were.
And then that was
Rob.
that
but
was,
yeah, Dale Murphy was my favorite guy. He's
He
awesome.
was great.
So
he
good.
was great.
Who was on the '90s? That was like Chipper, Andrew Jones.
Yeah, Andrew Jones, Terry Pendleton. I mean, they had Mark Lemke.
Who was the shortstop?
Jeff Blauser was
Mickey
a
Mantle.
shortstop, but a little bit later than that. Yeah, Mickey Mantle.
Drunken buffoon.
Yeah, actually, they right before that, like Andrew Jones, like there was like a cutoff. Like Otis Nixon was their center fielder, and then they got Andrew Jones, and let's see, who else did they have? Well, they had Brian Jordan, but that was a little bit more recent.
Sid Bream.
Yep, they had Sid
Well,
Bream.
did that team only win one championship, right?
Yeah.
Of course, it was the fucking Indians that had the team.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then
that-
beat
95, right?
yeah,
beat
but
the Pirates
those guys, their pitching staff was really, really good. But
Yeah,
you know, with Glavine and
Smoltz, right?
Smoltz, Glavine, Maddox,
Maddox, yeah.
Avery. That's
Yeah.
freaking studs.
But anyway, yeah, that's
God, my dad tells that story about when Sid Bream
Ugh. You guys
slid in.
Yeah.
I wouldn't alive. I don't think, right?
No,
What
you
year
weren't
was-
alive.
yeah.
No, Chris, you guys were watching at Bernie's.
My dad, he couldn't.
Counting the
he
ounce?
just- I think he said he just got up.
You
and
weren't
walked
there?
out.
no. I remember watching the devastating when David Volek scored that goal against the Penguins.
Right.
It upset them in that playoff. But I remember being at Bernie's, and probably just like with your dad in the Pirate game. As soon as it ended, I just
Dead
boom.
silence.
Yeah, he
Everybody's
did. Yeah,
pissed.
Gone,
he
I'm
said he
out.
just got up and
Yeah,
left.
it was just like
He
Yeah,
said
I
it
remember
was
how
like-
devastated I was with that game.
Oh.
But honestly,
You guys-
at the time, I actually didn't mind the Braves. So it wasn't like I hated the Braves. It was just like maybe the Pirates finally can be making
You know
the
what
World
that is?
Series.
You guys know what
Florida,
that
I
is?
remember in Florida, Sid beat his. There's a picture of him hanging up on the wall, and I asked you about him, and you said that's my dad's least favorite player, and I said why. Remember?
Sid Bream.
He's actually
yeah.
a good dude. He used to play for the
Yeah.
Pirates too.
What's real quick, and then we'll go to Shakespeare phrase of the week. What's your most devastating sports moment?
D-Wade,
I know mine.
D-Wade signing with the Cavs. Oh, the Bulls. The Bulls, for sure.
I know mine.
I almost threw up.
What's yours, Matt?
Ohio State, Miami National Championship 02 when we
What a
won the game,
rip-off.
and then 10 minutes later they threw a flag, and we lost in overtime. I'll never recover from that.
Soup, something to the Steelers.
Yeah, getting smoked by the Browns when then we snuck into the playoffs.
Chris, that's probably your best. That might be your best.
There's
What's
a lot-
your worst,
there's not
Chris?
A whole lot with the.
Chris has a lot of bad ones.
Yeah, with the Browns, but
The drive for Elway, the
drive.
Charles Nagy, the
well,
Marlins.
And then that was terrible. And then when the fumble in Denver, Ernest Biner.
Right, Biner. Oh, that was awful.
He had a wide open
Awful.
old guy stripped him. I don't know what my.
Anything Cleveland, Chris is.
Yeah,
he
pretty
had
much
to-
anything Cleveland because I keep thinking.
And then even recently,
I don't
when
know
in the
about-
World Series against the Cubs, I thought they were going
God.
to. It was
That-
made me
3-1 lead.
sick.
That was.
Oh,
You actually
I was
probably
so
out
upset
of
about that.
and not so much, but out of those two teams, I think the heartache. It's caused me more heartache with the Indians.
Yeah.
Than the
Oh,
Browns.
absolutely. Because the Indians actually been good.
right.
Well, and then the
Browns
Indians
is
were already
expected.
in the World Series.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the Browns lost
In the Super Bowl.
right
yeah.
in the last play of the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Right.
So it's
Jubb, what's yours?
yeah.
Pinto.
No.
I know
Well, no.
mine's when the Pirates were in the NLDS and
They got beat by
they
the-
went away from going to the CS.
And they got beat
then
by
lost
the.
two straight.
Let me guess. Well, let me remember this. I remember we beat by the Cardinals. Yeah, we were at Coach Riedel's
Garrett Cole.
in the basement.
That made me sick.
Probably when Jerry Meals called that one guy saved because that was such a bummer. We watched the whole game. I remember that.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought you were going
right,
to say
Joe.
when Godzilla struck out 4 times against the
Yeah,
Red
that's
Sox.
a bad one. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. I probably when Apollo Ono got beaten. That was a bad
Olympic
one.
devastation.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
yep.
bad. I remember that. I remember how cool it was to watch him ice skate. That was so neat. I remember that. Yeah, I don't know
I'm
why.
glad you like that. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I think the Olympics are great.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't.
a speed skater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Winter Olympics are.
I remember that so vividly. I was sitting in the living room, and my mom and I were watching it. He goes, "Here comes Apollo Ono
Yeah.
around the outside," and he came back all the way and won. I remember that so vividly. I was watching that live.
Yep.
Anyway, there's my
Great
thoughts
moment.
on.
No, that's a great moment.
Yeah. Here we go. Shakespeare phrase of the week. You guys care if I take it
No,
this
you
week?
got it. Yeah.
I'll take it. You've got to be cruel to be kind, to do or say something that makes someone upset in order to help them.
I had
From
to do
Hamlet,
this-
Act 3, Scene 4.
I had to do this most recently with Champ.
Yeah.
I had to get him to get on the meds.
Yes.
He was not happy with
Yep.
me. But, you know, we care about him. We love him. He's got to get better.
Hopefully turned around.
Yep.
for
That's
us.
a great song too.
Yeah,
From
well,
1979.
Oh,
Nick,
yeah.
Nick Lowe.
That's
It's a
what
great
I was
song.
thinking. I was
It's a
Googling
great-
it. I couldn't
As soon as
find
I saw
it.
that today, the phrase of the week, I thought there's Nick Lowe.
How's that go?
I'm not singing it.
What's the hook, though? What's the hook?
You got to be cruel to be kind in the right measure.
You almost
Cruel
sang
to
it
be-
there.
I know, but I
came out a little
All right.
If Joe was playing a banjo, you could sing.
Yeah.
I think we should go. I think we should start doing a One Pine City. Give a shout out to One
I'll
Pine
put those
City
on there every week.
each week.
We should
yeah.
Start with the first one.
We should actually do it like next week. Every one of us, or randomly each week rotate around, but like do a little research on it.
like
Maybe
a
we
fact
should do
about
that.
one
Yeah,
place.
let's try that for now.
All right, so next week let's
so
pick everybody pick one, and that'll be our homework. Everybody pick one.
Or should we all do the same one and find a different fact about it?
No.
See if we
No,
can
let's
switch
all
it
do
up.
different
Don't give
ones.
them too much
All right, I'm
attention.
gonna take. Let's. I'm gonna
my
take.
pen.
I'm gonna take. Pine Gap, Australia. That's gonna be.
I
mine.
want.
That's a great
I
one.
want Pine City, Missouri.
Hold on. Let me get a pen. Here.
Red might live near there.
Oh, sorry,
What about
Chris.
pine trees on balls in Philippines?
I'm going simple. I'm going with Pine, Louisiana.
Oh, good one, Jer.
All right. Cools, what do you want?
Pinewood, Florida.
Pinewood, Florida.
Oh, Florida's got something interesting.
All right. So I got Pine Gap, Australia. Jarrett's got Pine
Louisiana.
Soup.
I got Pine City, Missouri.
Cool's got Pinewood, Florida. Chris.
I'll take Pine Grove, West Virginia.
All right.
Yeah,
Keeping it
you've probably
close.
been
And
there.
then Matt,
Yeah,
where are you
I'm
headed?
I'm going with Bor, Serbia, which is pine in Serbia.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oh boy, can I change?
Yeah, but you. Got
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take Furuflaten,
Like we'll
Flat
see.
Pine, Norway,
I was considering that
I
was
like
my
that.
next choice.
because I love that
I was
area.
thinking I'd change. Like we're saying no, you're not allowed to change.
All right. Well,
Yeah, good stuff.
Any hot pick, cold mug? Got a couple minutes left.
I got a cold mug.
Go ahead, Cools.
So this probably won't mean much to Chris, Matt, or maybe even Soup, but to you two and to me, at least definitely me, we grew up on Pokemon. For
yes,
our entire
great
life.
one.
Oh, yeah,
great
John's
one.
really good.
He finally became world champion. It took 25 years. He finally pulled it off.
Wait,
World
So,
champion.
for those of you who don't know, Ash Ketchum, who's the main character in all of Pokemon,
all right. Yeah, I
he's
know that.
always been beat for 25 years.
25 years.
He's been
And
beat.
what, like TV shows or the games? Or
No, in the TV show, he's always been beat when it
got
comes
you.
to the tournament,
Okay.
and he finally won.
Finally,
Oh, that's
Pokemon
good.
Master. He's finally a Pokemon
Yeah.
Master.
took him
So,
Yeah.
25
That
years.
stuff was fascinating when that took over the world.
It was-
Oh,
the
crazy.
video games on my GameCube or on my what was the thing?
so much fun.
What was the thing I had?
DS.
DS.
No, it was a
Game Boy?
Game Boy were so fun.
I used to. That was probably
Did
my
you
favorite
watch the
thing.
video of it?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I got chills so bad.
Everybody that he's ever been with,
Yeah, it's like my entire childhood.
even Team Rocket was there.
It's like my entire childhood put into 3 minutes, and the chills I got was incredible. I
Boy.
was ready to cry.
New
Yeah.
Pokemon's coming out.
Shout out.
Violet and
Shout out
Scarlet.
Ash Ketchum.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, good
that was
one.
a good
That's
one,
a good
Coles.
one.
Thanks.
That's a good one. I love Pokemon. Soup.
Yeah, I'll cold mug my little brother. He had this yogurt thing. It's called a
Jesus.
flip it or something.
Yeah, where it's two sides.
Yeah, two sides, and you always eat the same kind. But he was eating a cookie dough one.
Holy shit.
I couldn't believe it. And he said, I said, "Where'd you get that?" And then he showed me, and I ate one, and it was good.
Wow. Groundbreaking stuff here.
That is what we tune in for every week.
Jeez.
Soup.
People just waited. Hey, last week's for Shakespeare, bated breath. They waited for Soup's cold
Yeah,
mug.
there you go.
Jarrett.
I don't really this. I don't really know what to consider this one because I kind of was. I wanted to bring it up during the show, but we didn't kind of go into it. I don't really know if this is a hot pit or a cold mug. More of a question to you guys. I don't really know how to describe. So when you guys get in the car, do you like when it's the summer? Do you blast the AC all the way on cool, and then when you're in the winter, is it all the way on hot, or do you do like kind of in the middle? For me, I feel like there's no reason not to put it all the way on full heat or full cold. You know what I mean?
I go
First.
full all the way.
Funny you say that. Today, I got in the truck with Coach, and I turned the heat up to 90 because that's the highest it goes.
Right.
So I turn up because I wanted to get warm. He got in, turned it down to 78, and turned the heat on.
That's what I don't. I've never understood.
You should start out at
That's
the hot.
like
Like
my
if
dad.
if it's super cold, you should start out at the hottest
All the way
and then
high,
adjust
then
it once
turn it
it
down.
heats up.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah,
I
he-
get full blast when I get
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
and then once sometimes in the winter I get hotter quicker than I would
Yes.
get cooler. So I would adjust.
I don't
That's
even
the-
actually turn it down. I just turn it off until I get cold again, and then turn it back
So
on.
you're just always full blast.
yeah.
I always have a heater in my room going. I had a heater at when we were in college at our house, and it was it was so powerful it would blow the breaker out.
Oh yeah, no, I've had that. happen.
But I love my heater. It's the best thing in the world. I love
hate
it.
that thing.
I keep the windows open and turn my heater on.
It's
I love
disgusting.
it. Anyway, that could be a cold mug and a hot pit because it has to do with temperature.
Oh, your dad just sent us a message. You see that?
Yeah,
He got
yeah.
a wheeling. He
He
got
got
a
it-
new wheeling
he
judge.
finally got a
or a
wheeling helmet.
wheeling university helmet.
All right, there's his cold mug.
Wheeling.
There's
Finally
his.
got a helmet.
Chris, you sound like you had something.
No, I'm empty today.
Empty? Yeah,
Yeah,
empty
I
chamber.
just- yeah.
Matt.
No, I not really. I'm not going to get too into the politics of this guy that went shooting on the Virginia campus, but people got to quit blaming guns for all this stuff. This guy obviously had some issues, and he goes out and kills teammates and friends or whatever you want to say because they upset him. But I hate when the media then will run and put guns. It was the guns' fault.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's simply just. I mean, I could go out and kill people with my car tonight and go mow them down on the street somewhere. But I'm not going to do that, and you're not going to take cars off the market if I do it. So anyway, silly argument.
It
but
is a
it's for
stupid argument.
simple-minded people, and don't fall victim to it. So that's mine.
I have one that I wanted to bring up last week. I can't remember his name. Oh, shoot.
We've been struggling with names today.
Okay, I got it.
Overload.
So, Daryl Brooks, the dude that was found guilty for 6 counts of first-degree intentional homicide when he drove through a Christmas parade in Wisconsin. Right. He represented himself in the court case, and the fact that I love watching jury trials and that kind of stuff, but I think it's kind of a knock on the judge. They let this dude get away with so much disrespect in the courtroom. It was absolutely
just because he's not a
probably because he was
lawyer?
Right. himself.
Right.
But even then, he's choosing to represent himself.
So they gave him a lot of leeway.
They gave him
to a regular
so
counselor.
much. The way he
agree with that.
treated the judge, the way he treated the other people in the courtroom, it was absolutely disgusting. And then I have another bit here. They said on the news, I can't remember what they compared it to, but on the news, this dude has killed 6 people without a doubt. There's no question, and he represented himself as if he didn't do it. And in the news statement, it wasn't something gruesome about the way that they didn't. The title wasn't like "gruesome murderer gives a fake opening statement" or something like that. The title of the article was "Daryl Brooks gives emotional opening statement."
That's how they
How
choose
in the
to portray a
world?
killer.
I just don't understand the way that they let this guy they let this guy just run his mouth in this courtroom, and then they give that on the news as if he's some poor guy that's been wrongfully accused. I think it's absolute bullshit. I think the guy should be locked away. He killed innocent people that were just trying to enjoy.
I think more than that. I think that there should be. You should be allowed. They should. The 6 families affected. They should lay him down on the street, and then they all take their cars
Jared,
and run him over.
I think
seriously,
you are so right.
I
would
and
sign
hopefully
up to
he
watch
survives. I hope he survives and then is miserable the rest of his life.
But
It's terrible.
The fact that they let him get away with the way he was behaving in the courtroom and,
Chubb, what drove him to kill these people, or just
didn't
cold-blooded murder?
Nothing. He just took
So it
off.
wasn't like for theft or for he just mowed him down.
Just
in the
took
streets.
off and mowed him down and tried to
I
say
thought
it
maybe
wasn't him.
It wasn't like fleeing or something.
I got to look
Okay.
more up on it.
Yeah, I was
but
just curious.
But from the videos and stuff,
That's terrible.
it's so.
And it's a shame on the media for portraying him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But again, our media
but,
is so bad.
Yeah, just people trying to enjoy a Christmas parade, and then it's not fun, and it's not fair to people. And it's not fair to the people that went through it to have to deal with that in the courtroom and whatever. Anyway, sorry to leave it on a cold note.
Well said.
Anything I know
Way to
about
keep it
monkey?
happy, Joe.
I know. I'm sorry.
You know what makes
The
us
world's
happy?
not a happy place.
Yeah, I know.
unfortunately.
Bushlight.
And the Pine Room and Bushlight make us happy.
Yep.
Let me real quick. I can lighten it up right here. The latest in breaking monkey news. Global. That's not war. That's not a happy thing. Monkeys sense their own heartbeats just like humans. There you go.
Perfect.
Monkeys have a heart. There you go. Enjoy that rest of the day. I think that's pretty much it for us here. We're gonna get the office up and right. So we have some plans for a new studio. So we got some cool stuff in the works here. So you're not gonna have to look at this camera angle all the time. We got some stuff going on. Not that this
The
isn't
back of
great,
Cooley's
but
head.
yeah, Cooley's got a good thing you don't have a bald spot, and there you wear a hat all the
Not
time.
yet.
But yeah, not yet. But we're gonna get that up and running soon. We got some stuff going on. Soup's got some stuff going on. We got some more stuff coming out. But like I said at the beginning of the show, things are going to kind of slow down a little bit for us as far as what we're doing. We got some new stuff coming out, some different stuff. So hopefully that'll bring some laughs and some enjoyment your way. But as far as our events, we don't have any live events coming up. We don't have any
Beer drinking in the cooler.
Yes, we're going to Karen Bauer, so we're looking forward to that. So that'll be, again, just a reminder, next week, the Tuesday podcast will actually take place at Karen Bauer, so you'll get to see that and see the coolers and stuff like that. But that's pretty much it.
That'll be
Not
our
much else to
Thanksgiving show.
Yeah,
In
not
the
much else to
Bushlight.
report. Might have some new apparel, maybe a Thanksgiving shirt, little be thankful for the Pine Room or something like that. A little something special for the holidays. But stay warm or don't. Enjoy the cold weather. Enjoy the darkness. Enjoy family and friends and holidays. Be kind to each other. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, so just love each other. And we will see you here next week in the Pine Room.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Love you guys.